All right, and welcome back to another amazing episode of Dire Roll.
Yeah!
I know it's been a couple weeks since we were last able to play, but thank you for hanging out with us, and hopefully the a la carte roll episodes were able to help keep you satiated to this point. Before we get into anything, just a quick shout out to our associative partners over at the Adventurers Guild of Amarillo, where you can find your Dungeons & Dragons, Warhammer, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and Magic the Gathering needs, amongst comic books and many more. So make sure to give them a call if you're out of town or if you don't like using the internet. Make sure to check their Facebook community pages as well as their eBay. And if you happen to find yourself in the Amarillo, Texas area, please feel free to give a stop by and let them know that Dire Roll sent you. And of course, again, if you can't use the internet or can't come in person, they're always more than willing to do work over the phone and mail. So make sure to give them a check out. Again, that's the Adventurers Guild of Amarillo here in Amarillo, Texas. Alright, before we get into the intro, Mel, would you like to tell us about the socials today?
Yes, Mel is very tired today, so Mel's not going to go so deep into everything. But just do all the things, follow, like, comment, tell us how you're liking the stream on our YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, our Facebook group, and of course our YouTube, and obviously our Twitch.
Alright, anyone have any other shout outs or announcements that they would like to put out there?
Modessa Anime, July 29th through the 31st in Midland and Odessa, Texas. I'll see you guys there.
Alright, make sure to give Loremaster a check out while they're there.
Yes.
Alright, anyone else have anything they'd like to announce?
Nope.
Alright, in that case, let's hit that long awaited intro.
Come in, you losers!
Let's go! I swore I left that other D4 here though.
Hey guys! Fireball over. Yeah, let's go! Alright guys, balls are ready. Get to the table!
Press buttons right there. Fuck!
So
I
good.
pressed
Get it?
4.
Are we back?
Hang on, you're back.
Okay.
I pressed the other 2 buttons.
And we are back. Pardon the slight technical difficulty. It's been a little bit since a Dire Roll episode.
Pressing all the wrong buttons.
It's all good.
We've
Zane.
only missed a week.
It's okay.
Exactly, I'm still bad at it.
Long time, okay?
A week is a lot to happen.
He got a taste of that a la carte plan, and now he doesn't remember how to.
Now I can't
Wait,
do it.
it's okay, Zane. You're still the mood, and we love you.
Hey, we need to make you roll an intelligence save to make sure you can actually operate the machinery correctly.
Oh.
That's an
It's
18.
here.
Hey! All right, we're good. We're good.
Rolls in that one. Alright, so here's a die rolled up, Phil, please.
Oh, shut up, sweet.
Oh, God. Don't put that juju on us.
Alright.
Alright, so,
I'm not
As
gonna
we-
Knock,
as we last left off, our party had found out that the drunk and disorderly satyr happened to have been a part of one of the major families of the city.
No one can blame me. Okay.
I mean, you just started and decapitated.
After being generally accosted by a troll mercenary, the party was able to fight him off, as well as one of such party members specifically decapitating it once the battle was over. After dragging its decapitated head back towards town, we last left off at the entrance as the temple lead of the Gaia temple in town, as well as one of her right-hand minotaurs, is ready to let them in. One with a bit more surprise than the other. As we lead into it, she looks over to Rolt. What's that?
I killed it.
It's a troll's head.
Yes, I can quite see that it is a troll's head.
Oh, let me clarify. It's a message.
Ha. For?
Whoever hired him.
Did we ever figure that out?
Yeah, we're pretty sure we know who it is.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna drop it off in their mailbox.
And who would that be, per se?
I'm gonna look at the other minotaur and be like, "Can you hold this for just a second?"
You just, without an issue,
Yep.
just holding it.
I'm gonna go and hold out the letter and it says, and I read through, and what is the family name at the bottom again?
Sartorius.
Apparently the Sartorius.
Notes!
I'm a rogue, I don't take notes. I steal them.
Okay,
Alright, clearly you know more than I do. Please tell me what it is. Thank you. What is it that I should not drop this off in their mailbox?
you know, there's a very classic debate. What's more dangerous, a dragon or a noble? Which would you say is more dangerous?
Hey, Victorian, want to get in a fight and we'll find out? I fought both except for another noble. Well, no. Actually, I do have an answer for this. See that ring right there? I am a noble, and I have slain a dragon. So, yeah, we're going to go with noble.
Okay, now do you know why a noble is more dangerous than a dragon?
Probably because I have a sword.
No,
Because they
anyone
can
can
make-
carry a sword.
Because they can make your life a living hell, trust me, I know.
Yes,
They
I'm
can.
already well aware. So at this point, and I was going to drop it, and I was like, I've got a god coming into our universe that wishes to destroy and eat my plane. I've got some uppity, trying to keep the Twitch safe, uppity a-hole over here.
Uppity goat.
Yes, uppity goat hole over here that goes and was drunk and now demands I apologize for him being drunk. Please, tell me what I should do.
Well, there is a very popular saying in the Temple of Gaia, to turn another cheek and to let it be. They shouldn't be able to chase you anywhere further than the city walls would allow. Unless you take a corpse into their home, in which case that is a sign to most noble families of a death threat.
Good to know.
Technically speaking, it wouldn't be in their mailbox, not their home.
I'm not going to bother with semantics, but clearly they've already gone beyond the wall to get me. And I go and I point, it's like, obviously that's beyond the wall where we just killed it. I mean, if we need
Where
to...
did you run into him
At the top of the hill, the huge stairs leading out of the town, well outside of the gate.
Well, more than likely, he just ran into you on his way to town. I'm assuming, based off the remaining gear that's on its face and markings, that it had, did it mention having any brothers or anything nearby?
Yes.
It did?
It did.
Got boys.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Then more than likely it's one of the mercenary groups that live around here and had been just responding to a letter, and you happened to be in its path.
Even though it specifically said it was sent by the family to pick me up. Because we were trying to leave the town, and it was coming from the town in that same direction and driving it back.
It actually wasn't coming from the town.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Oh, okay.
Y'all had just come up the cliff. City's
Okay.
on this side. It was coming this way.
Okay.
Okay. So you're saying if I leave, things should probably quiet down.
Well, yes. When you had gone out of town, how far did you go?
Not very far. We were still at the top of the hill. We were trying to leave. when all of a sudden he walked up?
Well, cities do have their territories, and as you've seen, this isn't exactly the most forgiving territory to build in. So more than likely, you were still well within the property lines of the city itself. So once you leave this portion of the mountain, I feel there won't be much that they can do to you, unless you threaten them with death.
Cool. So, do we need anything else from this town, or can we leave, guys?
I think that because we came here to take and do two things. One, get Eddie's on back. We got Eddie's on back.
Oh, I do have it back.
The other thing was to take and figure out what the fuck Evie's thing is
With
Yep.
the ring.
with the ring.
Oh, we also need some general supplies, because I know we're running low on rations, and we used up all of our roads.
That and also, where do we go from here?
The whole time y'all are having this conversation, by the way, there is 2 gate guards that are just staring at this decapitated head. You can tell that they're very physically uneasy right now.
Just like walk and talk and start dragging it back to the body.
Oh, okay, so you're going back
We're
that
going
way?
back. We're going to have to go back and climb the fucking.
No,
like,
we're
No,
not.
we
We're
were
on the
like
ground.
100 yards away from the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Y'all had already come
We had
down.
already come down.
Yep.
That's right. Alright. Okay. Yeah, let's go back.
I mean, because obviously it's not safe for me here. So, if I go back up, set up camp, top of the hill or outside city limits, whatever it is, I'll be safer than obviously if I step foot through that gate.
And I think I'm gonna raise my hand because also I'm trying to remember what the head temple cleric's name was.
Violent.
Violet. Thank you.
For somebody that
I forgot to
One of
write
y'all
that-
need to take the key mind feed at some point.
I forgot to take and write that one down.
It's okay.
I know that this is a rough city, kind of out of the way. Does it happen that they can have an adventurers guild here?
Sadly, no. They attempt almost every year to put at least an outpost over here, but as you can probably tell by the attitude of the families here, they don't necessarily want anything like that. They barely like us being here, but they were forced to accept us in from the king.
Okay. Well, there goes the chance of a hot shower tonight. Alright,
Well, I
so
mean, you're welcome to use our facilities. We did extend a welcome for you to stay with us.
no, this is like
What's the closest city after Ormville? Sorry, I don't have the map on me and my
No,
internet's
you're
pretty
fine.
slow.
The next biggest one, I forgot this map.
Sir Kraz.
like going east of the
Yeah. But that's
But let's
half a country apart, essentially.
Is there anybody who might be able to take and like do a proper? I mean, I know that is there anybody amongst your ranks, even that might be able to take and
To infinity and beyond.
have a little bit more like knowledge of the arcane to take and be able to take and maybe help identify this ring and like with the fullest extent of what it can do.
Here it is.
Or would you know somebody in town?
Way up there.
So we might be able to take and might be at least friendly to the temple enough to where we can take and get it done.
There is an old man who lives in town. It's going to be on the far east side of the city. Once we enter into the gates, he essentially lives in an old shack that was supposedly there before, well, most of the newer buildings were built. Says that his family was supposedly one of the first ones to come in after the walls were constructed, and he just never gave up the property. And his father before him didn't, and so on and so forth. Supposedly it used to not just be a little shack. According to him, it was a mansion at one point, but stories are stories.
Well, do we want to take in? Okay, so it's on the eastern side of town.
The Far East.
The entrance to the city was on the east side of town, right?
It was on the
because it was from
west.
the furthest from the stairs, right? The stairs were on the
yeah.
west.
Sorry, so it's on the north side.
So on the north side. Okay. Just trying to make my
No, you're good.
directions
It's on the
right.
north side.
Okay. So do we want to take in, at least for the time being? Do you want to split up? Because we're gonna have to be like trying to skirt past the families if we take and we go in, especially when we rope. But at the same time, they send more trouble.
I don't want to cause you trouble, so I'm willing to go and lead them in a different direction while you guys take care of whatever it is.
I feel like we should have Roland stay in the temple, considering that the families won't try to touch him there.
That's true.
Well,
Or have someone escort him
I was
with the
gonna say
temple.
we can give you an escort with the member of the temple. They shouldn't be able to do anything to you within the walls.
Yeah.
That might be the best solution then.
Rylan, do you mind taking like escorting Rope and maybe John and Molly and our friend Eddie back to the temple and the rest of us? And I forget what the Minotaur's name is again. Sorry. I know.
Listen, I got the violin part.
I
You have to do
know.
the rest.
Shit. In game. I literally met him like an hour ago. I should have remembered his name.
I mean, in game, that's also a good way to also forget someone's name. You just met him an hour ago.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
It's just like if.
But it's been a week.
If this fine warrior here would take in escort us to take in to where the older gentleman is, we might be able to take him.
Why don't you each come back with us? That way, when as I need him to come with me, we can at least do what?
Guys, can we get some sleep?
Pretty please.
It's
We
nighttime.
run on caffeine and angst.
I'm gonna say it is getting fairly dark out here.
That's true. It's like, yeah.
It takes a while for it to get darker, but with how the elevation is
Personally,
blind.
I just want to get the fuck out of this city.
I don't
But
have
why don't
gags,
you
so
each come with us? And then once you get rested, we'll then assign one of our members of the clergy to go with you.
I don't have eggs. I just have I don't even have caffeine either.
Alright, so we've already
We can fix
dropped
that.
the troll head back over the troll body and made our way back to the gate by this point, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so to the temple then? Okay.
So, it seems pretty easy as you come in. The members of the Gaia Temple wave their hand as the guards then open the gate for you. No questions asked. And as you make your way downtown, the streets seem to be a bit livelier for it being such a cold area and sun going down. It seems that everyone is starting to come out. As you can see, quite a few more smokestacks going and some music even starting in the distance. As you are walking down, you get about 2 or 3 blocks in when you can spot a fairly familiar face. You at least saw him once, but the last time you saw him, he was trying to stop a drunk satyr.
Oh, him.
As a young human male comes running up, almost out of breath, after spotting the party.
Catch your breath, catch your breath. Yep,
I just want to apologize again. I was finally able to get the young lord to sleep.
Finally?
He's been awake for 4 days. He likes to go on what he calls benders.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach back and I'm gonna pull this out.
Oh, I recognize the parchment.
Yep.
I'm not here for anything that they may have sent. I was
Okay.
once my duties are done. Once the young lord is put to bed, my duties are done for the day. I was hoping to catch you. I've been running around for about the last 40 minutes.
Well, would you care to walk a little bit longer, catch your breath while doing so?
Yeah, that'd be all right if you don't mind.
It's fine.
Or a bit.
So looking at Victorious like we can vouch for him.
So, like, so does the young lord take and do this frequently?
I've lost count.
How does his family feel about that?
They consider it part of his growing pains, I guess. I'm not allowed to ask a lot of questions.
That's just I get that. I get that.
They say as long as he gets back safely, then. Well, firstly, I'm still employed.
It's not yes, yeah.
But it's not my station to ask how they discipline their, well, 26-year-old son.
He still lives with his parents?
That's what happens when you're a noble, unfortunately.
Speak for yourself.
He's got a
Well,
point.
I mean, I don't know that much. I've only played for nobility.
I thought you were from a noble house.
No.
Oh.
Inside check.
Insight.
It's another statement.
Go
I get
for
to
it.
do it.
God damn it, Victorian, why you gotta be a lying ass?
I'll help.
Because
Good at it. That's wow. Fucking good.
Oh shit!
Was that a die roll?
No.
No.
The exact opposite of a die roll.
What you got? What you got? What you
Yeah,
got?
20.
What you got?
Wait, what did you get, Ashley?
I got a nat 20.
For
Holy
12.
shit!
It's insight, so double your mod.
That is gonna be. You fucked.
Yeah, you fucked. You doubling, Ashley.
That's gonna be a 36.
That's a 32 because I got a nat 22.
Why is it the stupid shit against Victoria?
I got a 21.
But you get 21? Okay.
Just
So-
for shits and giggles, I'm not actually doing it. Right. Okay, good.
That's a nat 20.
So, you can tell from your insight checks. The two of you more so than Strella. But you rolled a what?
I rolled a 10.
You got an 18.
That didn't help. I could have just not rolled.
Well, so you can tell that there is a good solid bit of truth in most of what Victorian's been saying. You can tell that he's being honest, that he has played for nobles. That's not in question whatsoever. But as far as the not being a part of nobility, you can tell that that's kind of suspicious. You can't tell like what that relates to. It could be a formal relationship. It could be a platonic relationship. But you can tell that somehow Victorian knows more about nobility than
to nobility somehow. Gotcha.
I don't know shit, by the way.
That's funny.
I just give you a side eye. Hi.
you believe him a bit more. You just barely kind of got a bit more than him. But you can tell that more than likely there's a good chance that he might have been friends with a noble or one of those like childhood things. No, you don't think that.
But he didn't!
No, that's fair. You know, just
But he
wondering
did
if this was a regular occurrence, if they're used to their son possibly taking and going to extreme measures at a small slight. So that's just
If the young lord goes to extreme
Yeah,
measures,
yeah.
I mean, I would be amazed if he could actually write a letter or tell someone to write a letter.
okay. So
He tends to not want to do things that, quote, bore him.
He's one of the boy.
Yep. Alright. By the way, what was your name? I didn't ask you. I'm sorry. that's
My name's Daniel.
Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is Linus. I just go around. Ro, Strella, Evangeline, Victorian, Eddie, John, Molly.
Nice to meet each of you. And I do want to apologize, Rote?
Rote.
He has a, I wouldn't call it a hatred, but a rivalrous spirit against minotaurs and satyrs, and even some dragonborns if they bear horns.
Does his family have a fetish for horns or something?
No, he feels a need to prove himself. His father was quite a formidable warrior, especially in his youth. By the time he was in his early 20s, the Lord himself was able to slay any dragons on the mountain who dared to try to assail the town. But for the last, roughly 30 years, there's been practically peace in a way of any outside forces trying to barge their way in, thanks to the Lord as well as the other families. So he can't really go killing the mighty trolls of the mountain, as the nomadic ones who are considered the savages have moved on to find less deadly terrain for them. And the ones who remain get hired out as mercenaries or soldiers. Dragons tend to avoid the area, as with the many that the Lord himself and the other families have slain. Once dragons smell too much blood of their own, they tend to not like to be in an area. So the young Lord himself hasn't had really that much of an opportunity to prove himself past maybe bagging a mountain buck or two.
You do not need to apologize for
It's my
the
job.
You shouldn't have to.
Whether I want to or not, it's
You're
my
off the
job.
clock.
I would tell you to find a new job, but this is probably one of the best paying jobs in the city, so I'm not going to blame you
Do
for
you
that.
say you're off the clock in character?
Yes.
He looks at you and goes, No, I'm on call. I just get to roam the city once the young lord goes to sleep.
This job sucks.
Well, it's better than, and as he looks around, you can see the bit of homeless that have come out with the more population of people.
This job
It's
sucks.
better than alternatives. And at least I have decent dental and barber insurance. We used to have cleric, but the cleric insurance went away with the Temple of Plutus. And both,
As most of the population did.
Excuse me?
that's,
You say that?
the two,
Yes.
the two Temple of Gaia members who are walking with you, one of which being the head of the church, goes, That's because we don't charge for our services, dear. And he's going to look at them and go, I understand that. It was just one of those that I just lost the benefit when the temple left. There's very few things I could get away with now.
I still laugh at what he said along with the rest of the population.
Yeah.
Most of their population, yeah.
Yeah, because it's always nice to have you destroyed. And just keep walking.
I was talking about the church's population.
Yeah.
I wrote dead in the eye, pulled my key over, and I was like, where do you think my head temple was?
I actually don't know. What was it?
I'll walk away.
The young gentleman, Daniel's going to look over to you and goes, the Golden Dragon Temple's main headquarters was in Drake. In Jakul.
That makes more sense.
Did something happen?
Have you
Uh,
not heard?
Let's not speak of that out in the open.
Okay.
Some things are going down that we're trying to take care of. We need to have danger could possibly be spreading, and we're trying to stop it.
Everything is fine.
Other than that,
Maybe.
we can't really say much.
This is fun.
Okay.
This is fine. Everything's just on fire around us.
Well then,
Fire will be an improvement.
at least with fire there's action.
Yep.
We're on fire now.
Now all there is hunger. Zombies.
Did you say that in character?
No. That was a retarded voice.
We are not trying to stir shit. Not yet.
Let's get to the temple, guys.
Yeah.
So-
to the temple.
With that, you weren't too far off once the conversation kind of ended. Violin bids you each a fine farewell, and the two kind of take their leave off to a different spot in the temple itself. You are at least pointed in the general direction where a lot of the barracks are and stuff like that. It's not that hard to find here. Most of the doors being held open, mostly either by door stops, just naturally by the slope. You can kind of see into most of each room. There's very few doors here that are actually closed.
You'll find the washroom.
Okay.
If there's a shower available, I just
Yep.
take off my gear and just.
You do find that it's a communal shower.
It's fine.
They do have it separated by male and female sides. And they do have a family or unisex kind of small spot set off to the side for anyone who would be uncomfortable going into either. For the most part, at this time, you can kind of see most people are leaving it as it's getting closer and closer to most people falling asleep about 9, 10 p.m. at this moment. The hearth has been stoked in the main area, which you can see essentially a very crude vent system leading from it to help spread the heat through.
Looks cozy.
It's enough to at least keep the bite of the chill out. Every once in a while you get a small gust, but it's mitigated.
Yep, I'm still in there for the night. Yep.
You do find, you actually find beds that more than well hold you. You don't kind of have to, like with some of the more standard sized beds, you had to kind of hold yourself in. These you can comfortably lay out in, since the Temple of Gaia tends to work with both medium and large sized creatures. Even Eddie finds a bed that he can comfortably lay in without having to put multiple beds together.
There we go.
Huggers.
So you're heading to the washroom. Anyone else doing anything? I know you said that you were going to.
Just maintaining my equipment, getting cleaned up. Yeah.
Okay.
Go
So
to the unisex one, or the one that's by itself.
okay. You go in. You do notice that there are. It's essentially a modified communal one, where there is a main walkway, but it's separated into stalls. So you walk in, there's a bench area that can hold your dry clothes and anything else, and then there's a essentially a water retaining curtain that then goes into a small washroom. So you can keep your clothes and things you want to keep dry separate from where it's going to get wet and possibly splashed. Okay, so you're maintaining your gear, and John and Molly are kind of joining you, checking on everything, doing their usual routine of checking the list of necessities and what's been gone. Essentially just their stock work.
Yep.
Victoria.
I'm heading to the washroom.
Okay. And Evangeline.
I'm gonna get washed up and then just start getting ready for bed.
Okay. So, each of you, in fairly quick succession, unless you want your character to stay in the washroom for a longer period, each get well washed, well maintained, and then as you are finishing out, you can already see there's quite a few people who've already started to lay down in kind of the barracks area for the night. Most of which having some form or symbolism of the Temple of Gaia on there, but you can also see what looks to be a decent amount of homeless staying there as well.
Just gonna take in the.
You can still hear the ruckus of the nightlife from the entrance of the city, though.
I go to sleep.
Yep.
Find one that's empty. By myself, please.
John and Molly, after making their checklist, each took their own showers and
Yep.
kicked back.
I'm gonna take in the. Victorian, because since we're in the washroom, or we were in the washroom. Have we heard anything back from Asa or Lily?
Haven't checked. Let me check real quick before.
There isn't anything new from us yet.
Okay. Okay, just want to make sure.
As a side note, we should probably check that a little bit more frequently.
Yeah,
Than like
but-
once every other session.
We got kind of sidetracked with the troll. And
We
you know,
get
the
sidetracked with
phoenix.
a lot. We get sidetracked with the little things, but
That's
still,
a year.
we don't check
Good.
letter.
Good news. Good news, our cleric got a buff. Bad news, we killed the troll.
How's that bad news?
Bad news, she might be an agent of chaos now.
Me?
What else is new?
Yeah. Bad news, our cleric may be an agent of chaos.
About what time is it?
About at this point, if you're just finishing your shower, it's about 10.
It's true though.
If it's a little bit after, I'd say about maybe 10:30. If you're getting dressed and kind of calming down for the evening.
Yeah, I got to bed.
Okay.
I was thinking about taking like going out and seeing what was going on outside.
Eddie's long been passed out as well.
I mean, you guys aren't back. It takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a lot out of you.
I mean, he's had an eventful past few weeks without having a proper sized bed either. So he finally has one that he can actually stretch out in, like back at home. Okay.
Why is this music still going?
It's just chill background music. It's good
This
for-
is chill background music.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe, yes.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, no, I'm.
You're still not in that friendly of a city. You're in a friendly area, being in a temple, but you're not in a friendly city. So,
I still don't like
No,
the
it's a friendly
vibe.
temple.
I still don't like the vibe it's giving.
It's like Dark Souls.
Oh.
You're on the
I
campfire.
thought you were saying the temple. I was like, the temple's friendly.
Oh, the temple's friendly, yeah. I purposely bed next to Victorian.
Okay.
Like lay out my bedroll tool. And as we're
Oh, you actually don't have to lay out a bedroll. This,
Oh, okay.
this place actually provides laundered blankets and pillows and stuff.
oh, okay. But yeah, no, I just take the space next to Victorian. I'm just like I say it in a lower tone to where only Victorian can hear me, or where I think he can hear me.
Yeah.
So when are you gonna get done putting on the act?
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check while you're trying to keep it kind of quiet between the two of you.
Okay.
You're in a public
Yeah, I
awareness
know.
area.
Sorry.
I can hear you.
If you wanted to say this to him while you're in the shower, you'd be fine. It was only you two.
Can we work on that?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I have a +7, but still.
It'll just be 10 o'clock when you're just finishing up with the showers and you're each kind of drying off and putting your clothes on.
That's fine. How long are you gonna put on the act?
What act?
You're tied to the nobility somehow, Victorian. I just don't know how. Whether you're married to them, you're friends with them, but you're definitely more than just a fucking like band member for their fucking parties.
Well, that's certainly an opinion. We're not that close yet.
It's they talked like this on second there. It's like,
Well, I hope that we can get close before one of us ends up dead. They can finish up.
Okay. Yep. Essentially, as time goes on, you see Eddie straight up dead asleep. Everyone else is pretty well comfortable. Those who haven't fallen asleep, you can tell are on the verge of it. You catch one of the people in the distance. They look like they're about to fall asleep, and their leg kicks up, and they wake back up, and they go back to sleep.
I hate it when that happens.
That's like the worst.
Yeah, no, I just bed down.
Okay. You were gonna say something, Charlotte?
No.
Oh, I thought I saw your head going. My apologies. Okay.
Morning, hopefully.
So it's 2 in the morning.
Roll initiative.
No. Sleep comes pretty quick. As each of you are asleep, I want everyone to roll me a flat d20. It's not a check, it's not a save.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Ooh!
Okay, starting with roll.
Where was that earlier? earlier.
17.
17?
13.
14.
19.
15.
Okay.
13, 14, 15.
17.
17, 19.
Yep.
Almost. Almost.
Alright.
What is
Now,
this?
I'm going to tell you, I listened, but my brain did not retain it. So I'm just going to start.
It went one ear and out the other.
It did, actually.
He's thinking about, okay, this was going to happen if this. Wait, what did they get?
Yeah.
Huh?
Okay, so I'll just start over here. What was the number you got?
17.
17. Okay. As you drift off to sleep, it almost seems peaceful for once. Instead of having either no dreams at all or a comparable nightmare of what's been going on, you find it fairly peaceful. You're walking through a field of wild grasses and flowers. The sun is well hung into the sky, as there doesn't seem to be a cloud in sight. You don't see John or Molly, but at the same time, it's a dream. You look to see that you are wearing what looks to be a simple tunic, as it slightly ruffles in the wind as you make your way through the field. There seems to be no sound, though, as you're going through this meadow. You feel the wind, but you can't hear it. You see it pushing the grass and flowers, but you still can't hear the rustle. You eventually clap your hands or snap your fingers to try and make some noise, but the noise just won't come. It's almost as if you are in a vacuum. Louis.
13.
13 for Strella. As you fall asleep, you find yourself sitting at a fine dining table. It looks to be essentially one that would be set up for a party at a well, essentially paid venue. But you seem to be the only one there.
Yeah, that happens.
You get the feeling that you got there early. So you have this feeling of expectation of arrival, but you are still the only one there. The food is still piping hot. Each of it, most of it on display, some still covered. You find any mix of beef, pork, chicken, vegetable dishes. You see a few fruit dishes, and then quite a few large saucers that are covered by a lid. The area seems to be lit by candle, however, not light or light bulbs, as you're kind of too accustomed with high-end parties. You notice that the room has no windows, no doors, and the carpet seems to be attached almost at the same level as the surrounding hardwood floor of it.
Are you stuck in prison?
I wish. At least then I can get out.
You look to the ceiling, and there is a candelabra. But it seems to be hanging to a chain that doesn't connect to anything. Almost as if a video game asset wasn't set to attach, but just stay. You continue looking as each of the candles around the room immediately go out. And as they light again, the food is gone, and you feel as if you've missed an entire day. Evangeline.
14.
14. You find yourself in the same situation as Strella.
But Strella, I assume, is not at the table.
No. You take
Alright.
Strella's place in your own dream.
Okay.
Which is strange. As a Kalashtar, you're not used to having dreams that are outside of, now that you know his name, Azorius. But you may assume that this might just be one of his past experiences, though it seems off. As if if it was a memory, then why was he stuck in this windowless, doorless, almost inconceivable room?
This is what I get for
Victorian,
Twinsies.
19.
yeah, for twinsies.
19? You sleep peacefully. And Linus. 15. So, with this, you find yourself back in your hometown, Slayfest. Though you're in the streets, and as you walk through, it seems like an average day for you. Though, when you go to look at any of the buildings, there's no doors, nor is there any windows. And the people you pass by do not seem to have a nose or eyes. Their faces seem featureless, except for their mouth below. So if they had facial hair like a beard, it looks like it stops just at the top lip. And everything else is just smooth skin. They still take on the characteristics of if it's an orc, their skin still follows the same method, but it's smooth. Same for human, elves, dragonborn, etc. You get this unease that even though they have no eyes, you feel stared down on. Almost as if, even if their faces are not pointed towards you, their invisible eyes are still following. And you wake up. As each of you begin to stir from your individual dreams or just restful nights, you have completed a long rest, so feel free to set that on your character if you use spells, abilities, and or lost health.
I like automatically as soon as I wake up, I start looking around to see, like, spot my other party members.
Yeah.
You know, what's your HP?
Come on.
You forgot to click the box, didn't you?
I
But at least you remember that you'll have the same HP.
Yep. Have the exact same.
did. Yep.
I kind of want to, like, look at them and just, like, see if they're, like,
Over.
visibly, like, shook.
So it's supposed to be.
You each have dreams, but they wouldn't necessarily have been nightmares. Do any of you wake up shook by your dreams?
Everything seems a little louder to me.
You can hear normally as you wake
Yeah.
up.
Look for a
Okay.
window.
Yeah, there's windows.
To the window.
So you can hear Rolt just kind of like, looks like he's kind of cleaning out his ears. You catch Strella just kind of looking around the room for a moment. Does Evangeline do anything?
She's gonna talk to Azurus and just say, did you see anything that I did last night?
Are you talking about the windowless room?
Yep.
Yes, I did in fact see it as well. I don't remember that
So it's
ever
not a
being in
memory?
my life. It is not a memory that I'm aware of, no.
Did it seem like an alternate dimension? Maybe?
I barely just came to this one. I don't know anything about alternate dimensions, I'm sorry. They don't exactly teach us that in school.
Fair enough.
It's an elective, sorry.
It's an elective. I took PE.
I took Arcana, I didn't take alternate dimension detection. Alright.
Well, good morning, everyone.
You're off, Lid Chipper.
Yes, it is. Good morning. Let's hope the rest of the day is just as good.
Yes. For once, I actually slept quite peacefully.
What have you done?
Never mind.
Gladys, you alright?
I had weird dreams. Not like the weird ones like we've all had before, but like just
You're not hungry, are you?
no, I mean not more than usual. Just like
Okay,
not
that's
like you know.
ominous.
Not like,
Um,
you have to eat everything in sight, huh?
Yeah, no, just no. I was It was weird. I was back in Slipfest, and I was just walking to town like I do.
Sounds like a good dream so far.
Yeah, except I couldn't go anywhere because the buildings didn't have windows or doors. And like there were people in the streets, but like I gotta like lower my tone a little bit because I don't want to like freak out anybody else out around me. But the people that were in my dream, they didn't really have faces. It's like you could see the mouths and stuff, but like they didn't have any eyes and noses.
Were you naked?
You were not naked.
It's like it's happened before.
It's not like
Just-
back when you were in school.
Yeah.
I was going to say, that sounds like the exact opposite of the dream I had when I was a calf. Everybody was only eyes, and I was naked.
No, like it
That
was,
sounds uncomfortable.
it's just, it was just kind of unnerving.
Yep, I can see why that would be nerving.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Got to. Got to it.
Well, no, we know how the Torrent slept, but hopefully hopefully the rest of you guys had a better night than I did.
Yes.
I was walking
Okay.
in a meadow, but I couldn't hear anything. I could go and I could feel the wind hit me and see the wind rustling everything, but I could not hear it. It's a little strange. Everything seems slightly louder now. What about y'all two?
I'm gonna mind link to Strella.
Okay.
Good.
So,
You hear Zurius go, knock knock.
Come in.
Do you say that out loud?
No, I say it in my head. Come in.
Time trusting.
The link is connected.
Yes.
alright.
So, how was your night?
Come on in and put on my bikini.
Let's
Wait,
go get
what?
us a
Have you not heard that TikTok on you?
No.
I have not.
Oh,
I'll have to play it on break.
Yeah, you sent it to me.
So, how was your night?
I was sitting in a I was sitting in a windowless and doorless room.
Did it have
They're
food?
doing that mind thing again, aren't they?
I'm just staring blankly at the wall.
Yeah, it's like
We're just staring.
Y'all would recognize it by
It's-
now.
Yeah.
Well, we're missing a lot of
Just
conversation.
okay.
Occasionally there are other people in the room that like come by and say, "Is everything okay?" As I can see the two just kind of
Mostly.
staring off.
Mostly.
Right.
I'm gonna do this in character.
They don't seem to pester too long.
I rolled attack.
Okay, roll ahead.
I just go.
Roll it.
That's a 20.
That hits.
Alright, mark off 1 HP. Okay. No.
Okay.
Did it have food?
Oh, good, you're awake.
Huh? Just,
Did it?
Did it have? Did you guys have?
Like a fly.
Did my dream have food?
Yes.
So it was
the
identical.
exact same.
It was this exact same.
Fly.
Yeah, there was food.
And the thing was floating up there.
Yeah,
Carpet and everything as well.
yeah,
Oh dear.
yeah.
Azurius.
John and Molly let you know that they're gonna go get breakfast.
I'm going with them.
Same.
Okay.
We're still staring off in the distance.
We're just.
Well,
The two weirdos staring at me.
Eddie just looks at y'all and goes, I'll wait for them.
Okay. Want to talk to you?
Yeah. And he reaches into his own bag to pull out his skull.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, just fill it up.
Gang.
I got it!
Fill her up. Are you sure you can drink all this? It's not for me.
I was about to say, for you, holding his cup would be about like this.
Okay. Oh, just like.
It's essentially having a football in your hand width-wise.
Okay. Yeah.
How tall is it, Wise?
About needing.
So for him.
Half his size.
Just about, yeah.
Linus,
Dude, you could probably go swimming in it.
do you need help?
he's a strong.
Maybe on the way back.
Oh, he's a strong, independent halfling. They don't need no bard.
So, y'all are having your conversation while they
Yes,
go
we
through
are.
the
I
breakfast.
see if I can hear Zurius. See. By any chance was that Zurius' memory?
It was not a memory of mine. No.
Oh, that's discomforting.
Wait, can I?
What's up?
Is it anything like the dimension that I was pulled into with? Is it Melby?
It's a
Barnaby.
Barnaby.
Bell.
No.
Okay,
You
so
would
it's
recognize that
completely
as kind of like a pocket dimension. This didn't feel like that.
Okay.
Well, considering what Linus said earlier, having no doors, no windows, I suppose that means we were inside a building of that sort.
Or was it prison?
I don't. Well, no prison would give you that kind of food. I should know.
But then again, a prison does not have windows or doors.
Yeah, so.
Out of character. And it's because you're not a noble.
You don't come from money.
Neither of us
Give me
come
a
from
punch.
nobility.
Spitefully eats
So,
So, I guess that means.
no, he couldn't hear. He had people without eyes and
And
noses.
we had. And
Oh
we
my
were,
gosh.
Or ears.
Or ears.
Or
yeah,
ears.
Or ears, I guess. And we had.
Yep.
And we were trapped in a room. No doors, no windows, and the food disappeared after the lights went out. Well, it can't be anything that bad. I think we should go on.
I think it's fine. Maybe.
I'm not into magic. That's you, darling.
It
So-
was just a bad dream, so it
But-
cannot be that bad.
But considering, but I feel as currently I don't feel. Well, I have to like reach into my thing. Well, I have all my extremities, ears, nose, everything, so I don't feel like I'm gonna have anything bad regarding Linus's dream at least. So,
Okay. I can
maybe
hear.
maybe a little later date.
We'll revisit this. We'll
We'll
finish
revisit.
this.
Mother.
What is it?
Hungry.
Got it. We'll get you some kebabs.
I can nerve. I love him.
Happy face.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, oh.
He's always said hunger.
Uh-huh.
He's never said hungry.
Yeah. I know.
And he always rattles his tail.
Yep. That's how I was going. Oh.
Where's Perry?
Barry?
We gotta look for him.
Yes.
Okay. Roll me investigation. Are you helping look for Perry?
Do I even realize Perry's gone?
Do you say that across the link or out loud?
Hey, where's Perry?
Yeah, do you? I don't know.
Do you say it mentally or
A
verbally?
little bit of both. I'm like, hey, where's
Say-
Perry?
I
You
see.
kind of get that echo effect, like whenever you're talking to somebody on the phone, and they're
Speaker.
right across from you.
Darling, please, one or the other. I help.
That is
Okay,
a.
so roll with advantage.
Yeah, roll with advantage. Is it
Right.
perception or investigation?
Investigation.
That is a. The first one was a 16. The second one was a. Yeah, that's a 6.
Yeah, that's 6.
I need to repaint
So
this,
16
guys.
total?
Yeah, paint it white.
16 total or 16 plus?
16 plus.
Ooh. Gold. I have some
21.
actually.
21 total? Okay, good. So, as the two of you are looking for him, you pass by the cafeteria area where you can see people sitting down and eating and smell the food. And you can't find Perry anywhere inside. However, you do go outside to try and see maybe he went outside or something like that. As you do go outside, you can notice that there was a fresh powder that day, so it had snowed fairly hard between yesterday and this morning. And with a, you said 21?
21.
Perfect. Because of Perry's species, you notice him swimming through the snow.
Swimming through the snow.
And when they're in the snow, they have a passive stealth of 20. So they are a predator that's specially designed to swim through snow and high mountain peaks, at least this subspecies.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and give you.
And so you do just barely, but every once in a while you can see his duck bill kind of poke out of the snow do like a quick like taste of the air and then go back down and keep swimming around.
Well, since we found Perry, I'm gonna head to the cafeteria, ask if they have any sort of like a rat.
A rat? Okay.
Something like a light. I guess. What do we call it?
Minor rodent.
Infestation?
Rodents.
Okay. Yeah, so you start to head in. Evangeline, as Keys has joined us.
Yes, Keys has grown very attached to me.
She also likes looking out the windows nowadays. But,
Ow! Her claws, Keys!
So, once you find Perry, is there anything that you're doing in particular? You do notice that Strella has
I have left.
started to go back into the temple.
Okay, so I just wanted to know where he was at, if he was just chilling.
You can tell he's swimming around
Was
right
having
now.
fun?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that he was doing alright. And I'm gonna go back in and get some food and coffee and whatnots.
Okay.
Discuss the plan with the others.
You do feel a slight nudge on the back of your leg. As you turn around, it's Perry. Since he saw you, he's just following you.
Okay.
Hey, yo, where's Squirrel at though? I wouldn't know and I wouldn't care.
No, they look for him.
Hopefully they look.
Hey, Squirrel!
I already got 2 wards. Y'all worry about your own.
My ward is always under here.
Victorin?
Huh?
Isn't Squirrel your pet, Victorin?
I always assume he's with me.
It's a caterpillar with extra eyes. Oh.
It's an inchworm with extra eyes. You can't see it.
If I notice, can I notice that Squirrel's not with Victorin?
I mean, you haven't seen Squirrel, but you also noticed that while you and Strella were talking, everyone else had already left.
Okay. Fair.
So you wouldn't know for 100% if it was or wasn't with Victoria.
Okay.
Alright. Y'all have any varmints around here?
As you go in, you do find a few of the clergy just kind of keeping things tidy, dusting, sweeping. You just go up to any of them.
Yeah.
He goes, we do get a rat from time to time. It's
Where?
if we find them, they're normally disposed of. We have a trash bin that gets taken out every day. There might be one in there.
Where do you usually find them when they're scaring around?
Just about anywhere. Is there a reason you're looking for rodents?
I'm gonna snap my finger into greet, and I'm gonna just goes.
Hello. That's you brought a snake to a mountain?
Well, yes.
A snow-capped mountain
Yes.
where there's snow. You know it's a cold-blooded creature, correct?
Yes, that's why he's in here.
In my bosom.
I was just wondering where I can find food for him.
Oh, well,
If you have any rodents available, that'd be nice too.
and he's trying to think, like he's telling you about where they put out the dumpster, like where they put out the trash. And you hear what sounds to be a quick snap. Well, that sounds like one that would be in the storage room that just got captured.
Wonderful.
It's right that way.
Thank you so much. Be nice to the lady. Say bye.
So it was
wonderfully
nice
mannered.
talking to you.
I'm gonna walk up towards the
To
store.
her, Herb said bye.
Yeah.
But to her, all she heard was a hissing snake.
That's not exactly the most friendly sound to hear.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. All I hear is Herb speaking regularly.
So yeah, it doesn't take you too long to find the storeroom. You open the door, you do see a rat that's struggling for life at this point, as it was just too large for the trap to snap its spine,
Mm-hmm.
but it can't get out of it.
Breakfast.
Good. And you see him crawl, and he has gotten a bit bigger. You can start to see that
Did he shed inside of me?
He's starting to shed. Like you can see the beginnings of the skin starting to try to poke up the scales.
Okay.
The snake shedding takes days, sometimes weeks, depending on the size. But you can tell that he is starting to shed
Alright.
as he's coming out, and basically, do you let him down your arm?
Yeah,
or?
I just put my hand right down to the floor and just let him.
Okay. Then yeah, he crawls down your arm as usual and walks over, and he takes a second to look at it. You can hear the rat getting more and more panicked as a predator just came out of your clothing. As you can start to see and hear Herb unhinge his jaw to start fitting it around the rat. And you notice that he spreads it even further as he starts to envelop the mouse trap as well.
That's not how it works. And then I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna take.
2 intelligence.
I'm gonna go ahead and take out a dagger and just right into the thing.
Okay.
Kill
Yeah.
it without any like marks.
You kill it. You take it out of the trap.
Yeah, take it out.
Okay. I was gonna say he's willing to swallow the trap with the rat. And as you do that, he then turns and re-unhinges his jaw to start swallowing the rat whole.
I'll wait for him until it's actually like this way.
It takes just a few moments, but it swallowed well past his head.
Alright. Come on, Herb. I need to have breakfast too.
And he slowly slithers back up, as you can tell that where the rat's at currently in digestion makes it a little harder for him
Yeah.
to climb.
It's fine. Is that a bulge in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
Well, we made a joke about the
It's
previous
me.
positioning of Herb. I'm just wondering if we're just seeing like the track go around the turn.
Oh, he's just going.
Okay, just go around.
Hey, worst case scenario, Herb can make it look like you're packed. Like.
I'm packing heat, man.
I'm just like
Huh?
We only allow men in here. Do you not notice the bulge?
I have both if you need me to be. Changeling, don't worry about it. I can be whatever you want me to be. Can you be my father? We can't find that one, sorry.
I have to see it first. So you make your way back in.
Can't
And
see it if it's still at the grocery store.
as
smoking
you're
cigarettes.
coming out of the storage room, you do also run into Evangeline with Perry on her feet.
Well, I see you found Perry, so I suppose we should. Hello, Perry.
Hello, Perry.
Let's go meet the others for breakfast. Herb
Yep.
already got his, and I need mine.
I'm already like on my second plate of this. It's great.
Okay, you got a cat up
I do have a cat.
I'm the DM now.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah,
Look at
yes,
me.
the DM.
I am the DM now.
So, as the two of you make it into the cafeteria, just about everyone's either done eating or getting close to finishing, but there is still some food left in the food line. As you can it has what looks to be simple like venison meats. Most they have it either as sausage. Looks like they have a form of bacon made from venison, or you can get eggs
I'll
or
just-
some pretty basic breads.
Yeah, I'll just get basically a piece of each of them. I'll just
Oh.
Evangeline, you just getting a piece of each as well, or?
I'm just getting standard breakfast and a very, very large cup of coffee.
Okay. There seems to be plenty of coffee left. They had to make another pot after someone came in with a very large cup. As when y'all left to go get Perry, Eddie went into the cafeteria area and got his cup from Linus. Thank you.
No problem.
So, what's the plan for the morning?
We go find this old dude. figure out what's up with the ring.
Alright.
That's the main thing, because other than that, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of a next and only next move.
Then the nice dwarf lady also say they were gonna assign someone to help us.
Yeah.
Anyone seen Violin?
I've been stuck in my face. I haven't moved before.
No offense, but once you get to a certain height, a lot of smaller people tend to look alike. You know you're the exception, Linus.
Oh.
Lord, I just brought you a coffee.
You did, and I appreciate it.
I'm just like,
But tell me, do you remember the face of every ant? It's no offense again. Just when everyone is normally at least 3 feet shorter than you, and then the smaller people
it's
are
easy
about
to
7
notice
feet
things.
shorter than
It's
you.
easy to notice things that aren't in your peripheral. I get it.
Why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this?
What do you...
You just equated me to an ant. What the fuck am I supposed to do with it?
I'm not- Listen, I couldn't think of anything smaller.
Road.
Well,
I'm just-
can I make a
Oh,
perception? Can I make a perception check to see if I can find her at least?
It would be
Family's focus at the
investigation if you're
table.
looking for...
I'll help.
Okay then, yeah. Alright.
What's your check?
What's my investigation?
Yeah.
What's yours?
What I asked first, asshole.
8. I have a +8.
I have a +5, so you do it.
And 10. 7. Ooh, that's a 18.
18? You don't seem to spot her in this room, at least.
Well, she's not around here, so I should probably find her after breakfast.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
I eat quickly.
Yeah, so do I. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Well, y'all are just about finished by the time that Strello's there anyways.
I still said I was going to
I know, like I said.
I'm just like full of like biscuit, just like not one place, just full like manhole cover.
Gotcha. Yep,
I
so
don't have a gag reflex.
y'all finish eating fairly quickly. It's standard affair. It tastes kind of like... Rolt, you would be more... Rolt and Evangeline, both of you would be fairly used to this form of cooking, as plenty of temples tend to cook this cafeteria style like food. To everyone else, you've been to soup kitchens before, Linus. You kind of understand like this tastes a bit better as it's more for the church itself and not so much the public.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, granted, it's no adventurers guild, but
Well,
still, this is good.
it's not, you know, super
not rule.
Yeah, it's clergy members cooking the basics.
Yeah. Alright.
So, for Strella, tastes pretty standard to fare. For Victorin, it's at least edible. Could use a little bit more seasoning, but the salt and pepper they had was enough for the time being.
Where's the lamb sauce?
The like 2 satyr clerics in the room kind of
No,
look at you.
That was not character. That was not character.
Where's the lambs?
We're gonna eat that family.
That's just what satyrs call baby batter. It's just.
I want some of my baby back, baby back, baby.
You good?
Yeah, there's a little nice.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. We'll find it at break.
Yeah.
But
It's in the
Yeah.
board.
So, but yeah, none of you are able to spot her, at least in the cafeteria.
alright.
I'm
So-
sure my d20s. Oh well.
You do hear the sounds of
Fine.
Yeah.
like flapping of wings coming from behind you, as a small creature, maybe a couple inches shorter than Linus, comes landing next to the table. As you can recognize this as a fairy. And male, green hair, about shaggy medium length, wearing what seems to be a basic tunic of Gaia. Symbolism and everything emblazed on it. but doesn't seem to be carrying anything else besides just basic clothing. Oh, and a coffee cup. But.
Yeah. Morning.
Morning.
How you going?
I'm doing good. I was told to come be your guide for the day.
Oh. Okay.
What is it?
My name is Lily Pad. I'm one of the scribes here, which is nice to meet each of you. I've been informed the Minotaur is wrought. Lady all wrapped up like a mummy is Strella.
That's correct.
The heavily armored lady, Evangeline, correct?
Yep.
They said you dressed fancy, so I'm assuming you're Victorian.
Yes.
And then that leaves you as the Golden Dragon Temple member, Linus, correct?
Yep.
All right. Well, it's nice to meet each of you. Once again, I am a scribe, so I do apologize, but if there's a scrape, I am going to run.
It's fair.
I don't like to leave the temple too often, but scribes are one of the easiest ones that they can at least give as escorts, or inside the city ones at least.
It's understandable.
So,
So, I'm guessing we have to go to the east, if I remember correctly.
It's the east and the north.
you're going to the old man shack, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be, we'll go roughly west for about 3 or 4 blocks, and then we'll go east. And
Okay.
We'll go south. No. Sorry, I'm not that good with maps.
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
But you know how to get there, yes?
Barely. Not a lot of people go out to that old man shack.
Oh,
I just know the general location.
close enough.
If you can get us close, that would be as good as anything.
You know.
Yes, so long as he keeps us away from certain groups of people.
Yes,
Just
quite.
let's just keep our head low. I mean, yeah, no, haha, it's easier for some people than others, but
I was not going to make a high joke, I was going to make a horn joke, actually.
still, if there's any way we can take and kind of like keep a lower profile, it'd probably be good. And
would you like John, Molly, and me to stay back then?
it might be better because, especially given the fact that these people seem to be the same type of, again, I will remember it's like racist assholes.
I don't have to try and convince me. As he stands up and starts heading back towards the barracks where he can finally lay in a bed his size.
Yeah,
I'll be asleep if you need me.
that's get caught up on some rest.
Yeah, I was going to say the smaller the group, the better.
John and Molly kind of look at each other, John speaking up first. I guess we can just hang around here and help out where they need it, I guess. And Molly goes, it'd be nice to talk to someone without us having to literally be life and death to talk about nature spells.
Yeah, I was actually gonna suggest that since typical guys, you know, tied to nature, you just
You
found
guys are all
stuff.
like minds.
So, yeah. Alright, let's head out. I don't wanna take it on, I wanna get this stuff done, because as comfy and as hospitable as the temple's been, I really don't wanna stay in the city any longer.
Oh no, trust me, I got stationed here. I'm not happy with it.
How long?
Where I come,
For how long?
till the campaign is over, from what we've been told. Where I'm from is like the most southern point of Creek, where it's nice and tropical. This is the exact opposite of what I like.
I agree.
That's
It's too
understandable.
cold.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
Alright. Shall we be on our way then?
yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Do it.
And I'm assuming we go and get our armor, get our gear together,
Yeah.
everything. There we go. Yeah.
I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna help.
I would have figured y'all donned everything
Yeah.
when you got up.
I'm gonna actually.
I was like, I finally get to sleep without my armor. I took advantage of that.
Yeah. I'm gonna take.
Well, you would have had to doff your armor in most places to get a full night's rest.
Yeah.
You can't, sadly, you can't sleep with medium to heavy armor on.
I will contend that actually. I have fallen asleep in my plate mail.
So you can, it'll still give you the health benefits back, but you don't regain spell slots or anything like that as your body is stiff and moving. Now when you say you fell asleep in it,
I mean, this guy can confirm I have thrown on my chainmail, my plates, and had my helmet on and leaned back in my chair to almost reclining position and was
So you
out.
fell asleep in a chair.
Yes,
Okay.
in almost reclining position.
For 8+ hours.
I was out for at least an hour.
That's short rest.
That's a short rest, my man.
I'm saying it's possible.
Heavy and medium armor doesn't mess with your short rests. But if you stay in heavy armor like that, your body can't properly relax when you're asleep. Or if it does, you end up hurting yourself when you wake up.
True.
It's essentially like sleeping with a weight on your chest.
Just like a way to make it feel good.
For an hour.
Since I'm assuming Lilipad is leading the way, I'm gonna think I'm trying to help him as much as I can because with my Urchin background and everything, I think I'm trying to help us speed through the
Yeah.
city as best as we can.
I mean, there's really not much of an issue. Occasionally you see a officer or two give you kind of a dirty side eye, but then they see Lilipad there, and you can see a couple of them physically go, like they're saying it's not worth it. As you don't seem to be accosted really at any point.
Finally.
God, I love
Eventually you do make it to the eastmost side of the city, where the houses start to get a bit smaller and smaller until you come across this fairly large clearing for within the city walls. It's about 2 acres, where it looks like things used to be there, but they've either been cleared out or moved in one way or another. The only thing that seems to be left on this 2-acre plot of emptied land looks to be about maybe a 500 square foot at best shack with a rickety old wooden door.
I guess right here.
I guess so.
Alright, let's go and see what all this is about.
Yep.
I'd like to get out of the cold.
Let's just walk up, see if there's like a doorbell or anything, or just knock, whichever one.
You don't notice a doorbell or anything on it. Okay. As you knock, there doesn't seem to be an answer.
Excuse us, we were looking to find a notable wizard.
Do you say it loudly or?
A decent amount, yeah.
Okay.
Not or I'm yelling it, but enough where it should reach inside the house.
Doesn't seem like there's an answer back.
Should we check the back? Maybe there's a back door.
Or I can just press the invitation to open.
Unless it's locked, which up here you probably should keep your doors locked.
Yes, you probably should.
I think and I like.
Do we want to make some perception checks to see if there's anything going on?
Like Arcana?
Like Arcana?
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
do that.
proficient.
Bro, you want to take and check out to see if there's a back door? I'll just keep knocking on the door.
I'll
Agreed.
head with him.
I'm not
with him,
proficient.
Doesn't seem like there's anyone answering.
I'm happy.
Okay, I take it
Do you get
I
louder
also
with
plus
it,
2.
or?
a little bit, but then when it's just like after like
That's all I
30
can offer
seconds
you.
or so,
I can-
think it's
I will
stopped.
take
Like,
it.
hold on a second.
I will
Just
suck
got to
you.
go.
That's
All
all I
3
can
of us
offer.
have +2 in
Okay,
proficiency.
it's not locked.
So like,
Turns easy,
okay.
and you jiggle it a bit, and it comes past the door frame.
Could really be
Yeah,
breaking
I think
in.
I open it like gingerly. Like,
Okay.
hello.
As you open it, it was a bit faint, but it kind of got muffled out by the natural wind blowing of the mountain. However, you hear the sound of different liquids boiling in what looks to be glass containers. And as you kind of look in, you can see the flames from them, as there seems to be a room in the back that has a door slightly ajar with a very bright light coming out of
Hello?
We're in the back.
it. Yeah. Doesn't seem to be a back door though.
Okay, maybe.
Hey, there doesn't seem to be a back door. Oh, you got the door open.
Hello.
Do you say it? How loudly do you say it?
And say it that loud.
Very loud?
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to hear a and then what sounds to be a breaking of glass, followed by and anyone standing in that doorway, I'm gonna need a deck save.
God damn it!
We just turned the corner.
Wait.
Yep.
Rules!
As
Is it
essentially
just those
the
3? I
I think
the
so.
equivalent of what would be a flashbang just kind of went off and lit up.
Oh,
the room.
you're
Oh no.
Use a con save, right?
No, Dex.
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 My dex is shit.
This is to basically shield your eyes in
We
time.
come around.
Oh,
My
good. You
dex
guys
is
got the
close.
door.
Okay, I have 15.
You alright?
15?
I also got a 15.
Dirty 20.
15? You're all fine.
Yay.
It wasn't a made flashbang. It was just a
An
chemical
accidental-
reaction that happened.
It's that NTG card about like
Magnesium.
nothing's worse than hearing a wizard drop something and go, oops.
Uh-huh.
It's like glass. It's like wizard, glass shattered. Nope.
No.
So, you
That
each are
should
able
work.
to cover your eyes or avert your gaze for the split second the light hits. And then you hear, "Alright, who's out there?" As you hear the other door slam open. As this very old, grizzled looking man, very based off, he's wearing very loose robes, but you can tell that he's not very large in build. Maybe looks to be about 80 to 85 years of age for a human.
Cool.
Very long, grayed beard. Looks to be bald on the top of his head. Wearing what you would assume to be kind of an early form of house slippers. And then what looks to be some shards of glass that he is pulling out of his arm.
Ooh.
Hello there.
We just came around the corner.
What? What is it that you want? Is there a reason you had to yell into my lab?
We were standing at the door. We weren't sure you could hear us.
So you see all this equipment going on around you, and you decide, this is a perfect time to yell.
Sorry about that.
What does a monk need from me?
Actually, it's a cleric friend. Kind of motion to Evie. We have an item that needs to be.
Identified.
Yeah.
So you decide to make me drop my research and flashbang myself? That's a very interesting way to start a conversation.
What is a flash?
Sorry, sir. We didn't think that you could hear us. We tried knocking and.
Do you not hear what's going on around me? And I'm in a separate room.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
We didn't know exactly where you were. We just
We're
figured
gonna,
you
we're
were
gonna
on the
walk,
premises.
we're gonna walk up at this point.
So you would just. Oh, and great, you brought muscle. Is this a shakedown?
No,
No,
sir,
no.
Sir, we just came here for an answer.
I'm talking about the Minotaur.
We were told that you could possibly identify this item that our cleric has, and well, we're very sorry about the intrusion and the yelling.
And, you know, the.
Flashbang, yes.
Yes.
Evie, can you do something about it?
So.
You want to heal him?
Yeah, I'm gonna heal him.
Oh wait, you have one.
Yes, would you like to save your spell slot, Evie? It is like, sir, if I may, and my hands are gonna start to glow.
You're not gonna break my arm, are you?
No. No.
Listen, last big guy that came up to me with a sword said, "I'm here to stop you." And I said, "Yeah." And he broke my arm.
No.
He's actually the opposite of that.
No, that's.
Except for last night.
Then again, it was a human barbarian who did it last time.
His hands go like that when he
Yeah.
does heal.
It's like I'm not even gonna because I don't think I haven't even had a touch. I'm just gonna just do like that.
You have to make contact with
Okay,
it on hands.
so I'm just gonna like.
But you can
here,
flavor
here.
it to where it just hovers.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hover it.
Well, thank you.
Is that like just like one hit point is all it was?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It was an accidental glass shattering that just kind of peppered him.
Well, we are sorry about the first impression of our party and meeting you, sir, but as we have said, we need your help and it is of great importance. We will of course try and compensate you for the time if you're able to help us.
Well, considering the material that you just made me broke was about 100 gold's worth that I had been gathering over the last 2 years, we can start there.
That's fair enough. We can
Yes.
You can do that.
yeah. I don't
Even
have a
though
lot.
it's their fault.
I don't have a lot, but I will pitch in what I can.
And then I'll just say it's 10 gold for the services, but
So 55 then.
no more yelling,
Oh, you
please.
have how many?
By that much.
I have this much.
Thank you.
Cool.
Alright.
So in total, 110 gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Basically 10.
How much did you
Oh, wait.
both give?
No, we gave 55 each just now.
Oh, so they both.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
good.
just about to.
We have to fix your messes.
So come in. Get out of the cold.
Say
Oh,
it to my
thank you.
face, mummy lady.
We have to fix your messes. We lost 55 gold each.
just hang on, borrow your character for a second. We're just staying there, and where it goes.
So, you want to let me know what a Minotaur? I'm assuming based on your eyes, a UNT.
That's no.
That is new.
What's a UNT?
That's interesting.
Ask your friend here.
We're not that close, I'm sorry.
We've been through a lot together.
Fair enough. We'll
Let
wait
me
till after
guess.
we save the world, and then we'll do this.
Because I know you're a halfling. Let me guess, half elf? Let me guess, one of your parents is a high elf.
That's oddly specific.
Ah, good. And real quick, how often do you dream?
Do memories count?
Nah, Galastar, got it. My hunch was correct.
I have a feeling this man could tell us exactly what we had for breakfast, but I'm not going to toy with him in that manner. Let's get to business, shall we?
Well, I'm
Yes.
assuming since you came from the temple, because you're escort there, you probably had some bacon, some eggs, some bread. I mean, that's just kind of a normal thing. They help the homeless here.
This guy
But
reminds me
this
of my
is-
mentor. I am very pleased by this.
Fair.
But when you've been around as long as I have, you've met plenty of people, trust me.
Fair enough.
So, just be careful. Don't knock over that beaker. Don't knock
I'm
over that
staying
beaker.
outside.
Don't touch that one.
Hands in pockets.
No, I'm purposely staying
Is there
outside.
any that we just shouldn't look in the direction of?
Unless you drop them, no.
Okay.
So,
So,
do
Evie.
you want to go ahead and give them?
I'm gonna go ahead and pass the ring over, just so you can take a look at it.
Okay, this is a ring.
It's got some magical properties. I'm not quite sure what it is, but
Okay.
I was hoping maybe you could identify it for us.
Give me,
We're fairly certain it actually did not come from this plane of existence.
man, you're all getting a hell of a deal for just 10 gold. One moment, and he goes to the back room and comes back out, and he has this head apparatus on that has about 4 to 5 different magnifying glasses on it.
Ooh.
Very cool.
One that has what looks to be kind of like a crude flashlight on the left side of it. It has the refracting mirror. Then it kind of has a big drop-down plate, which almost looks like it'd be used for welding. All right, hold on. And he starts flipping down a few of the magnifying glasses, turns on the headlight. And, as he does this, with each magnifying glass put down, you can start to see the ring glow, as you can tell a spell is being activated. Well, it's runic magic, so it's enchanting. It looks. This is a different spell. It makes sense if it's from a different plane of existence. Closest thing that I can tell it is it's a ring of, well, I guess it would be a rough translation, but a ring of binding. But that may also translate to matrimony if it being a ring.
This actually makes sense with the information we have as well.
It has a direct connection with someone here in the room. Looks like it's that one. But past that, there's not much to it besides it just being a really well-made ring.
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna directly go and
1 hour.
perfect.
Just those three, or
Yeah, just assume.
okay, and I can mind link if I need to you.
Would you give us just a moment? Then we're,
Sure.
we'll step outside right quick.
Okay.
So we're gonna step outside, and then through mind link. All right, how much do we tell him? How much of our cards do we put on the table? Do we tell him the whole story? Do we tell him, hey, if we blow this thing up, is it going to destroy our world, or will it help send Hadar back? What do we do?
I will say I'm against. Like, is Azura
So like, y'all just step out of his house, or
Yeah.
You were
in
just
the next room? I thought we were in the next room.
No, it's like a 500 square foot. I doubt there's another room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just immediately just stepped out to the front doorway.
And I guess I'm mind linked to you, so we have telephone going.
Pretty much. And yes, before Azorius comes barging into my head again, no, I don't want to destroy it if at all possible. I would like to find out what is the proper way that we can use this.
Well, considering that Azurius would have the most experience in that type of magic, we ask him.
Oh, Evie, congratulations on being wed.
Wait, what?
Well, he said enchantment of binding or matrimony, so congratulations.
I
Wait,
guess
what?
you're a married woman now?
that's not how that works.
But
In
Azurius.
our home plane, it was a way for those who got married to stay in contact with each other.
Do you not have any, if that's the case, and I don't know magic, I can only assume it's kind of how we, how I connect with.
In a way, it was designed to help, essentially, two-way communication between the two wearing the rings.
Was it, I'm assuming it only worked if the others were conscious and living, though, I'm assuming.
Well, there had to be someone to receive it, yes.
Yeah, wearing the ring. Which, if your wife left it with another person and they were wearing it, then maybe she's still out there somewhere.
Maybe.
But
We haven't tried to use it, have we?
well, the last time we used it, well,
This
we
is
didn't.
her ring,
It
which would
wouldn't,
connect to me.
it wouldn't work for her.
Considering that you left your ring.
Well, it was on a body that got devoured by an endless
Yes,
void.
that's kind of
So-
what I was implying.
There is no answering service for that, I do not think. But back to the question at hand. How much do we tell our new friend here?
You know
Meanwhile, since I'm not in this conversation, I'm
Yes,
not
you
sure.
are.
Yeah, he beeped you.
You said dun dun dun.
No, I said because she mind links to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause I was
So
like-
it's like telephone.
So it's
Because
just
I
like-
hear all of you.
We're all in a party line.
Okay, we're all together.
Because I thought it was just like.
No.
No,
no.
You're
Okay,
part of
just-
this
okay,
too.
Okay, just want to make sure.
He's gonna poke his head out as y'all are having this conversation and go, so everything okay?
How much do you know about interdimensional beings?
Like how you just dropped it. No,
I'm
it should be-
assuming.
Hey, was it?
Now, I do apologize. You never want to stay around an alchemist's property. Who's Hater? And second question, being devoured by an endless void?
Oh, wonderful! We can actually now talk to him about it.
You need, it's like mine, like, you need better security and better firewall on this.
Wait, so he's speaking through the mind link?
No,
Nope.
He poked his head out and physically talked to you.
Okay. Because I didn't say anything
he-
about later.
Y'all did mentally. I know.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
He specifically goes, as he was saying,
Sorry.
you shouldn't try to sneak around an alchemist's home. There's a lot of magic in one area, and we don't like to necessarily be surprised, but we can't get lost in our own work.
Alright, well, those cards are
Cat's
on
out
the
of
table
the
now.
bag.
Cat's out of the well, the metaphorical god is out of the bag now.
Into this plane of existence. So yes,
Yes.
there is a being called Hater. It was brought into this world And it's devouring everything.
Well, it's currently trying to be brought into this world. The process was started. We don't know exactly if it's finished yet because we're all still here.
But what we do know is that ring apparently is a key that is acting as some sort of tether, anchor, or something of the sort. We're trying to figure out if there is a way that we can go and either destroy that link and send him back, or use it as a weapon against him and send him back.
Or the fact that,
Give us a clue.
well, here's the thing. If your studies and your examination of the ring didn't take and prove any sort of like direct line to Hader or one of his followers, I bet closest line is Tiefling Bitch.
Oh, definitely. She's on the list. Don't not worry.
There's a high-powered Tiefling magic user that we've encountered once or twice before, and she was there at Dragul when Hader was being summoned through.
Oh. So Dragul's.
Possibly.
Possibly, yes.
Oh, well, news travels very slowly here. There's not a whole lot of people who like to come out this way. Part of the reason I refuse to leave. But people still come around. But anyways, well, that sounds fun, and very dangerous. Here, hold on. It's kind of dangerous, I guess. Here, take this. And he's gonna dig around into a chest and pull out a fairly large bottle. So it'll come with 6 application uses of Sovereign Glue.
Oh shit. Of what glue?
Sovereign
glue.
It's I'm just gonna go
It's baby.
right
Does he
into the
also
book.
give the ring back?
Yes,
At
he
some
handed
point?
it back to you once he was done
Okay.
reading it. Just be careful. Letting that stuff set does take an hour. But when it sets, good luck getting anything off of it.
Gotcha.
But that's really the only thing that I can afford to spare. It takes a while to make it. But if you're saving the world, it's more than worth it.
I'm sure we will find some use for it, yes. But the more important question is what that ring is and how we can use it, or if we can use it.
Well, if it has a connection to the second spirit and your friend over there, my assumption is you should probably find his spouse if she's still alive. If it's from another dimension and it wound up here, I'm sure it came in with her.
That's the problem, isn't it?
That is
Yep.
the dilemma.
That confirms multiple theories, unfortunately. Alright then, so we now have step 6. Alright.
I swear, your 10-step.
It's 12 now.
Apparently.
It started off 10, now we're up to 12. Soon we're gonna be up to 15.
But look, we're on step 6, we're halfway there.
No, we're not!
So, considering, do you have by any chance colleagues that could possibly, since we know the ring exists, and I'm gonna go ahead and look at Azur. I'm assuming he can already hear, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, Azurius, can you describe what your wife looks like? Or does anyone remember what the last name?
Redhead.
No, I thought she was a brunette.
She was a brunette.
Oh wait, the other
No,
person's wife is-
Evangeline would remember as most nights she would see her in the memories of Zurius. Tall, dark skin, kind of a tannish brown with long, dark ebon hair with caramel eyes.
The other chick on this planet died.
Yeah, the
right?
one that gave the ring to.
She was human, correct?
Yes.
But we're trying to find the person who gave it to the people back down in, where the dragon was.
So yes, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah. Well, the diviners, magic, the best I got is.
I don't have any experience.
Oh,
in
you're talking about some sort of like augury or something is what you're referring to.
I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't experience magic.
If we could take and figure out a way for somebody to take and be able to see this individual, not just like, but like know this individual and see this individual.
Like a tracking of sorts?
Well, like, don't cast this, like, they have, like, their thing that they do.
There
they
is.
can, like,
What you're
There's a
referring
thing
to
that
is
you can do, but the
things.
thing that needs to be done, I cannot do.
Can you
You-
do that, sir?
Can you do
I'm
that?
sorry, we didn't even get your name.
It's not important.
Well,
Are you with the government?
No.
fuck the government.
Are you with the police?
No.
Fuck those guys especially.
Yes, absolutely.
Are you with the mob?
What's a mob?
It's a large crowd of people. And there's only a few of us, so no.
That's not what I mean.
No, I assume not.
We are not directly related to the mob.
Do you know a human barbarian with about medium length, shaggy blonde hair, huge sword,
I wouldn't
barely wearing
even-
anything?
That's a very broad.
Would any of us know that?
No, I wouldn't.
None of you would directly know him unless you want to have a barbarian in your past, but
Okay.
not necessarily
Then no.
know.
Not that
No, that's a very broad traits that can apply to anyone.
He yells a lot. Normally raises his sword above his head before entering into combat. Normally says cheesy one-liners.
No,
I'm pretty
No.
sure I remember somebody like that.
not ringing any bells.
That
Rides
doesn't-
around on a giant saber-toothed cat.
Okay, that definitely sounds cool, I guess, but no.
Okay. That's normally the most defining feature. Okay.
No, we don't.
He sounds like a very man's man, a very he-man, if you will.
He definitely he's something.
You're welcome. Hey.
How many
Two.
damage was there?
Two.
Okay.
Okay.
Those dice were
So you're not with the mob.
No.
You're not with that barbarian.
No.
No.
You're not with the police.
No.
Fuck no.
And you're not with the government.
No.
Hell no.
Make me a persuasion check.
Oh god, okay.
I'll help.
Can I help?
Actually, you help.
He was the one who asked for the name.
Come on. Scroll over, damn you.
You're a charisma caster, damn it.
I know. You said
You're
what was it? Persuasion?
Persuasion.
That's a 10 total.
Save the world and then we'll talk again.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Alright.
He's already helped us enough.
I
Okay.
got a 17
What?
for a total of an 18. I wasn't trying to roll.
I got a +6 and I only rolled a 10 total, so
Yeah.
I got a 17.
Alright, let's
we'll get out of this fine gentleman's hair then.
yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for your help.
Thank you so much.
Good luck saving the world.
Alright, Lilypad. It was Lilypad, right? Okay. Lilypad, do any of the clerics there at the temple have any sort of divination or augur abilities? I know that at my temple somebody had that as well, so that's why I was asking.
Violin may. But we haven't seen her since she told me to meet up with you last night.
Well, back to the temple then, or what now, friends?
Where
we
to
do
next?
need to get supplies.
Where to next is the question.
Well, that is what I'm saying. If we can find out a divination or an augur, then somebody able to cast that, then we should be able to go and at least get a general idea of where they are.
Do we have somewhere else that we need to be in order to either stop this ritual or
We can.
like where
we can,
exactly do we need to be?
We can meet back with Asier back in Rock, since they are taking it.
Or we sense the fact that he's half an island away, we can take and just use the scroll.
We could check in, yes.
We need to check in more frequently.
Instead of traveling, only to find out that he's already somewhere else. Like we've done before!
Let's make somebody to check the scroll.
Last
Let's
we
go.
talked, they were leaving Rock, so
Let's go ahead and get out of his property
That's
and
something.
can we go
Yeah,
ahead
I
and
was
get
already
out of the
moving.
property? Yeah,
We're
I'm already
leaving.
Yeah, no, we're walking and talking.
We're walking, we're walking.
As
we're walking.
as you start to actually leave, the old man does pipe up and go, well, you could, well, I don't know, he's kind of an aloof man to find, but there is, I trust him to a point. If you come across a man named Northman, he may be able to assist you, but he tends to stop dealing with most affairs unless it's within his vicinity.
Has anyone seen him around or knows what he looks like?
Yeah, you expect to see him?
I guess I don't get the joke.
Oh, he's been around for a while. I'm assuming your friend here tends to be on the sneaky side, as her footsteps tend to be fairly quiet compared to everybody else. You know how she's really good at not being seen?
Yes.
Now, add about 100 years worth of experience on top of that.
How? First off, can you give us a description of this person?
He's clearly going to be some sort of elf or something like that if he's been around
Has
that long.
to be.
No, he looks human.
What?
He was at least born human. He met my grandfather, Zaire, during a major war. But to my knowledge, I mean, he's helped me learn magic whenever I was younger. Said it was some type of debt that he owed my grandfather. I don't know the whole story there, but best way I can describe him: pepper, beard and hair, gray with a little bit of red. He tends to keep to a pretty solid clothing, mostly hood, kind of an eclectic, I guess, mismatched pieces. He says that they're souvenirs from friends that he's lost. But past that, if you see him, you'll see him. Good luck, though.
Alright.
Did he happen to have, was like Northman, is it just like, like a single moniker type thing? Like he only had one name?
That's the only thing I've been able to know him by. He said his last name didn't really matter much after losing his husband.
Say.
Team short lives.
Well, we appreciate your help. We'll try and see if we can track him down.
Joke's on you, my other character's still alive.
So we'll see if do you know? I mean, this is a long shot, but like, could he possibly be on Drake, or is he like somewhere over on like Mainland Star? He's just anyway.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean,
appreciate
if
your
you find
help.
him, you find him. Like I said.
By the sounds of it, it's more like we won't find him, he'll find us.
I mean, can I like roll either an intelligence or a history check to see if like I would remember Northman basically being one of the heroes from
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a history check.
Can I also roll history?
Okay.
Sure.
I think
Anyone who would like to roll a history check, you're more than welcome to.
Fuck! Oh!
I slept through that class.
Is that cocked?
It's a die roll, baby!
Save!
Let's go!
Louise is dice cocked.
I can't see.
Yeah, it's cocked.
I can't see it over DM screen.
Hold up.
Okay, that'll work.
I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna
14.
laugh if I actually get this.
Okay. We'll go ahead and we'll get to your die roll here in just a second.
Same die roll.
Oh, 2 die rolls.
I got
We had
it.
2. Woo!
2 nat 20s and then 2 die rolls.
All right, go ahead and
Honey, what did
we'll
you
start
get?
with Linus.
I didn't
Total.
do good. I
4
was not.
total. All right, Evangeline. 4. On a history check? Okay.
I'm not proficient in it.
What's your modifier?
And-
2?
Yes.
A 4 as
14.
well?
14.
Okay. Listen, there's a
It
reason why
makes
gibbering.
sense, though. It's
There's
your
a reason
character.
why gibbering mouthers are called beach elementals. Because everyone in one of the Alucard Roll episodes tried to do a check on a gibbering mouther to see what it was, and they all got 9s.
I saw that.
Every single one of them with a different modifier all got 9s.
How many of us got a 4?
You two.
Just
And,
us?
and I had a
And a
14.
14. Okay, so
Dire
we'll start. We'll start in clockwise fashion. So with Louis,
Dire roll. Dire roll. Dire roll.
Hey! All right. So just -1 from, I believe, wisdom is history.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. My apologies.
That's 13.
A 13. Okay.
Dire roll. Dire roll. Dire roll.
Oh! Fuck yeah!
Let's go!
That's my
First one!
Hey! Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
So,
Let's go up.
so everyone is kind of having a harder time. You remember something about a human rogue being part of the heroes from the war 100 years ago?
I don't remember a human rogue. He said he was the paladin. That's the only thing I remember.
I give her a biased upbringing, okay?
The drow one.
Everyone else, you're just kind of like. But Victorin. You've studied many songs that were written about the heroes, each of their lyrics. You've heard plenty of stories, kind of that tell people to awe them and woo them to varying degrees. If you find someone who's a bit more intelligent and you're like, they like history, you always like to brush up on history so you sounded more mentally attractive to those who preferred a bigger brain. What's up?
I'll let you finish this part.
Go ahead.
All right.
Do you want me to go ahead? We're doing.
One
No.
moment.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Go ahead.
You specifically remember, as you're kind of thinking through this, you're racking your brain. It's been a while with all the death, destruction, and hunger. But you get a faint whiff of freshly baked cinnamon rolls as your brain gets jogged back to exactly what it was. You do remember specifically a hero by the name Cotter, who was a human rogue who had sold his soul at one point to save his friends, and was instrumental in bringing down Lolth and removing her presence from this plane. But that's the only thing that you can remember, as he was both a rogue and a paladin. Paladin as far as the history books tell, but for some reason you don't remember if Cotter is the first name or a family name, but it looks to be that was the only thing that was in the history books.
Okay.
You said you remembered certain songs and everything. Stop it. He's got plenty of sass. He'll kick your ass and go home and get fucked in the ass.
You do also remember on a rare occasion there being a noting that he was married to a man.
Ow.
I'll let you know the dicky.
Alright, so.
Which would explain why one of the songs is about him being with a man.
Cotter?
Yeah.
Cotter, I barely knew her. What?
No. That was
The dagger's slowly coming out.
that hero's name. That
So, Cotter Northman?
no, it could be Cotter Northman or Northman Cotter. I don't know.
I know
That's-
Cotter sounds better on the ear, but I don't know.
It does sound a bit better, yes.
I don't know.
But yes, from the sounds of it, it sounds very similar to, because it was on record that he was in fact married to a man. But yeah, no, that's it could be either one of those names.
Well, let's just stick with Northman for right
Yeah.
now. It's gonna be easier.
Maybe.
Thank you for your time again.
Hey, no problem. Now get the fuck out.
Yes, absolutely.
Please.
I have a mess that I still need to clean up.
GTF up?
Yep.
GTF up.
I just
Victoria,
realized
let's
this
take
thing
him.
had
Let's
antlers.
see if we can take him. Put out like something that like the cops back home call out kind of like an APB,
APB?
but like we send it to like Osair to take and see if he like can activate, you know,
I should probably check on him right now.
the Adventurers Guild to take and like keep an eye out or like
Or a Northman?
yeah. Well, for not a Northman, but for Northman.
Apparently the Northman.
Either Northman Cutter or Cutter Northman, they might have a better, like they can actually go look at the books and see what the hell's his name was, and then relay the information out.
Yes, I can definitely do that.
Well, as much
Once
fun.
we leave his premises.
Yeah, no, we're walking through.
Yeah, we're walking.
Okay.
We're walking.
No. I
So,
think as
are
soon
you
as I'm-
needing me to take you back to the guild, or not guild, the temple?
For right now, if
Yes.
you don't mind.
Alright, let's go.
Once we
As
get
much-
back to the temple, I will relay this.
As much fun as I believe finding this celebrity, legend, myth, whatever he may be, how are you sure that a couple 100-year-old human is going to be of good service to us? All that withstanding, for now I do believe we still need to go and find Azores as her wife. I believe we can all agree that is.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
But-
someone here at the temple has an ability to be able to
Violin, but we
find
haven't,
her,
but we
Yes.
haven't seen her all morning.
Well, we know she'll be back at the temple eventually, so we should probably go there.
Yes.
let's try not to waste too much time.
Yep. Now, when we get there, I'll of course she'll stay in due to things, but I believe the rest of you, if you want to go and try and find the supplies and everything, that'd probably be good.
Starts taking out all the buffet stuff, putting it in the bag of holding.
Also, here's a thought that I just crossed my mind. If Northman, this celebrity guy, is like super freaking old or whatever, I mean, for humans, and he's well traveled and just kind of pops up whatever, what if he's crossed paths with Azores' wife before?
I mean, it's entirely possible.
It's granted, I know it's a long shot, but like,
It is quite the long shot.
It is.
It's a
Yeah.
long shot considering Azores is from a different dimension.
yeah, but.
Not his wife.
Well, whenever you travel, you do meet people.
From different dimensions?
But trying to find that is going to be like finding a needle
Do
in
we,
a stack of
do we even
needles.
remember her name?
I mean, can Azores give us some light on that?
Can he? Like, has he mentioned the name before?
No, I do not believe so. He just
Okay.
mentioned that it was his wife. As you ask him,
No, I remember. It
Oh.
was the same name as my loot, I think.
Delilah. Delilah?
it was Delilah, yes.
I would like to take randomly obscure facts pulled from my ass.
I'm gonna give you an inspiration for remembering.
Hey!
Inspired.
I was like, wait, hold on, I remember this.
There you go.
It's Delilah. Okay.
That's
Ooh.
why I was laughing so much.
Speaking of Delilah, did you ever get that G-string fixed?
Yes.
Okay.
No, she's back in tip-top shape.
Alright, so let's get back to the temple. Let's figure out what we're doing. Let's first find out where Violin is because I don't want shit going down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, as you are making your way back to the temple, we will go ahead and take this time to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Yay!
mean, if you say
All
so.
right. Welcome back.
What?
So, as the party left the alchemist's shack, they were making their way back to the Temple of Gaia. As Lilypad is giving you each directions back, it's pretty simple to make your way through the city. As you are roughly about 3 or 4 city blocks from the temple, you can hear what sounds to be a pretty loud ruckus, kind of about what you heard last night. Sounds like it may be something essentially going on. Loud voices can be heard, and just sounds like a pretty big crowd.
Do we need to get involved?
I'm gonna take and go check it out. Strella, you wanna come with?
Sure.
Okay. And y'all hang back, and I'm gonna take a make my way through the crowd and see what's up.
Okay. Well, y'all are still out. You can't see the crowd yet.
Oh, okay.
You're
we
about
just hear
3
it.
or 4 blocks away. You
Gotcha.
can hear them.
But yes, I will send back, and if you, with your fleet of foot and you of your stealthy stuff, want to go forward, feel free.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll stay back here.
I'm gonna stay with you.
Yes, we're going to stay with you.
Yep. So are y'all trying to stealthily go up or just kind of run up?
I'm not gonna run up, but I'm gonna take and just nonchalantly kind of just use my lower stature and no one.
So
has
stealth?
to-
Stealth, yes.
Fine.
Roll me stealth.
Yeah, that's right. Damn it, I exited out. I didn't want to. I just wanted to get out of my house.
So
Oh shit.
total of
5,
That's cocked.
12.
Yeah, that's cocked.
Okay.
With your stealth?
Oh, so 15,
Ooh.
sorry.
Okay.
Right.
15.
Yeah.
Okay.
26.
26.
Yep.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
You're quite a bit more stealthier. We'll give it to you based on your height compared
Yeah.
to
I know
Strella.
these streets.
I don't know these streets.
You're not taking it as serious as he is.
Yeah.
But you're like, okay, I guess. Which, you're being stealthy enough to get past the basic people's perceptions. So you end up making your way down. You can see, let me see here. Yeah, you actually have a high enough passive that you can see Strella just casually stealthing, not really trying. Although for a few seconds until he's trying to communicate with you, you do lose sight of Linus quite a few times.
Okay.
When he sees you're about to go down the wrong way, he pops back out and goes. Then you can see him for a second as he gets back into stealthing. So about 2 blocks up, you can kind of start to see it now. It looks like it's something out in the main thoroughfare. Looks to be a fairly large crowd of people. They're moving kind of sporadically. As you come up even closer, you can see it looks like a bunch of civilians either trying to run away or fight, as it looks like the Temple of Gaia has gone into combat against the police force in the city.
Oh shit.
Oh, shit.
All right. I'm gonna take it. I'm just gonna take and.
Wait, how far are we from it? From the temple right now?
You're roughly about half a block away. You can see the temple from where you're at
Mhm.
as you came up on the situation.
I have this, except for hers, our link is 1 mile. So you
Okay.
can't tell these two.
We can or can't?
Can.
Okay, can.
Our link,
Sorry. Yeah.
distance is 1 mile.
All right. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna tell.
How far is your link?
60.
70 feet, isn't it?
60 or 70 feet. I don't think
Okay, yeah.
it's not
Yours-
gonna reach. I don't think.
Yours broke, but the other 2 are there to still tell you.
Your ears in her head disconnected.
Disconnected.
I'm gonna take on. Looks like the police force is in the Temple of Gaia fighting.
Oh shit.
So we can either take and come up from the back, but it looks like because either we don't take and we don't help, or
70 feet.
we take and we come up from behind and ambush the cops.
So, when this is happening, have they started, is it in the process of going at it right now?
Yes, they are well into a fight. Looks like the
Armed?
Yes.
Do we really
You
want
can see on both sides bodies on the ground, as well as civilians. As you can tell, some of them have decided to grab what they could off the street and are trying to fight. Others are panicking and trying to get out without being
Like
trained.
civilians coming into fight?
Like, is it a small group of cops, or is it just?
It
the
looks like the
police force?
entire police force of the town.
Do we really want to get into this?
No, but we probably need to since they're attacking our friends.
Do we have the time?
Also, no.
I hate
Should we
to
sleep
say
out?
it. We should leave.
Is there anyone Violin or the Minotaur, are they there as well?
You can see the Minotaur. He looks battered. Like, the two of you can see him. He's already gone into his larger side. It looks like he's missing a hand. And his two-handed axe, he's having to, like, heavy grip with his right. As you can see, there's heavy cuts and contusions almost all across his
Do
body.
I see Eddie?
You do. You see that Eddie, I mean, he's pretty much handing in his own against some of these police officers. If anyone breaks past the line, you see him easily grab someone by their skull and just kind of rip it off their shoulders. You can tell that he's cut up, but not as bad as the Minotaur. The main parts where you can see dead bodies is mainly in that front line of the fighting. Every once in a while you can see Molly near Eddie, but she's trying to heal those that she can reach. And John is helping to essentially find random weapons. You can see him every once in a while grabbing quivers of arrows to hand off to soldiers who are running back and forth from the Temple of Gaia, as well as helping to arm random civilians who are trying to join in the fight.
That's good enough for me. Guys, I'm going in and I fucking bolt forward.
Did you communicate what you just solved it to us, or?
I'm just like, Eddie's in the fight, John and Molly are helping, I'm going in. And
John and Molly are in?
Yeah, we have to.
If anything, we have to get them out.
Yes, we have to get them out.
We're going in.
Okay.
Wait, we're
So-
going what now?
Oh yeah, you're disconnected.
The police are attacking the
I
temple.
assume all of this was meant to
yeah.
like see you guys running. It's like, wait, what are we doing?
Here's what I will retroactively do. As you feel the connection disconnect from Strella, you connect it to either
One of them just to
Victorian
keep
or
in the
Raw,
loop.
yeah.
Okay.
Also, before I go in, like as we're relaying this information, I was just like, somebody needs to let Lilypad know. And
Yep.
just
Lilypad, your people are being attacked by the police.
Oh!
So I know you're not much of a fighter, but I think now is the time to fight if you wish. Otherwise, you better run for your life.
Okay.
And we're running.
Yeah, we have to get them out of there.
Yeah, we have to get.
Alright.
So,
if
let's
nothing
go.
else, we gotta take them. We gotta
As
get them out.
the two of you jump in, are you letting yourselves be seen, or are you still trying
Nope,
to?
I'm gonna take.
I'm not letting myself see.
Okay. So, as you are continuing to move through, as you haven't broke your stealth, you're still going with the same. You do see a couple of the Gaia paladins and a couple of their clerics notice you as you go by. That's just their passive is high enough to see you. But they like go, okay, they're on our side, as they've seen you in the temple already. Most of them can't even notice you until you pop up, I'm guessing, in front of Eddie.
No. Like I'm doing full on pincer move. Like there's a battle line of Gaia. There's a cops here. I'm running up behind him. I smack that bitch in the back of the head.
The cops?
Yes.
This is a full-on battle.
Okay, then
area.
yeah,
It's
then-
essentially think like war has come to a city.
Okay.
So
Alright,
it's
so
not
it's a
not
civil.
riots.
No.
It is not a
No,
police line
it's a
riot.
full
Okay.
As
on.
you
So
try to
running.
go up for the pincer maneuver, you notice that there is like
That is
full-on battle barricades built up in front
Got it.
of
Yeah,
essentially
go
what
on.
would be leading to the the major family housing.
Then I take him. Then I go.
Like you would see their scouts and guards set up every so often.
Get to our friends.
Yeah, no. Then I'm gonna take. I'm gonna get to the temple of Gaia. Then as I notice that the barricades are up, I'm just gonna take and go.
Okay, so it'll take you a second to come back.
Yeah.
What are you doing as you
I'm
come in?
actually gonna want to stealth even harder.
Okay, so you're gonna break stealth. I'm assuming where are you kind of stopping? Are you going over by Eddie? Or are you meeting up with John, Molly, one
I'm
of the
gonna
random
try and
soldiers?
get towards towards Eddie, but
Okay.
I want to be like pretty close towards it so I can.
Only reason I'm asking is for you to try and stealth again, you have to be willing to make yourself vulnerable for that split moment.
Okay.
So I'm asking how far behind friendly lines do you want to do that to keep yourself
Like
safe?
wherever, like as soon as Linus starts, I'm actually just gonna break stuff and like
Bolt through the friendly lines?
more like yeah, kind of like I see him move and I'm gonna be like
Okay, and then
Okay.
just kind of get up and move to a friendly area?
yeah.
Okay.
That's probably
Are you
best.
going to try and say anything to anyone, or are you immediately trying to go back into stealth?
Go back and stealth, not even saying anything.
Okay. Yeah. Everyone sees you. At least that's right in that general area. A couple of the civilians that see you that got armed, either with weapons from the temple's armory or just random stuff they had whenever they came. They look like they're about to rear up on you, but then John, who's handing them something, goes, No, friend. Hi, Strella. You gonna do something?
I'm like I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna stealth.
Okay.
I hope my stealth is good. Actually, yeah, that's gonna be
20 someone.
32.
32? Yeah. As
Go.
soon as John sees you and goes, you just vanish into the crowd.
One soldier runs out of front of him and just goes, just one of those kind of scenes.
She's doing what she knows. And you can hear him just continuing to hand off stuff, refilling quivers of arrows, just trying to keep things as well as he can.
Okay.
You do, as you're stealthing back in the crowd, you do see Molly, essentially with her strength being a centaur, helping to pull people from the midline back to allow her or someone else to do medicine checks to keep them from bleeding out.
Okay.
Eddie is kind of holding the medic bay in a way. You can see him again if like a scout or one of the police officers break the line. He tends to be the one to stand right there, and they may get like a nick on him, but his main thing is he's grappling them and just trying to. He knows that they're not gonna stop fighting him, so you can tell like this is a savage side to Eddie that you haven't seen yet. He's just.
How
ripping.
far are these guys from the actual fight?
They're about a block away,
Okay.
so it's close, but
There's
far enough away to where they're obscured enough to where arrow fire and spells can't hit them.
all right.
Let's go. Alright, so yeah, no, I'm gonna get.
So you're still coming back around. I do apologize, just
No.
following up with Strella.
You're good.
The three of you at this point at a full sprint would reach this by this
Okay.
point.
What the hell is going on? Why are they attacking?
Are you asking Lilypad, or because Lilypad's been running with you?
Oh, you said we're to them now? We're at
I
that-
thought,
Yeah,
I thought
well,
we were already. We
You,
just
your
arrived.
passives aren't high enough to see him,
Okay.
and definitely aren't high enough to see her.
I know, well, I'm saying, where are we at? I thought you said we were at.
Oh, you would be
Sense.
entering about that midline point
Do we
of the
see-
front lines.
Do
Okay.
you see John?
Yeah, you would see him as he's frantically moving around. You would at least definitely see him.
Yeah.
You would catch a glimpse or two as he's
Yeah.
moving in and out, handing off supplies.
I was just
You
gonna
can
try to
definitely
one
see
balance.
Eddie as every once in a while you hear a roar come out of him as he grabs another person.
Yeah, no, I'm going directly to John.
I was asking one of the paladins.
They're all going to be in the front line.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
There's no, like, the only ones who aren't in the front line right now are non-combatants.
Okay.
John, what's going on?
Where are you running to? Just
No,
so we
I'm
can.
just following
Okay.
before then.
Evangeline?
Can I cast? Okay, we're not in initiative yet.
Not yet.
No.
There is a fight going on, but it's being stalemated at the moment.
Alright, so is it possible for me to cast magic weapon and then also just hang back and do some healing?
You mean spiritual weapon? Or,
Spiritual weapon.
Uh,
Did I say magic weapon?
yeah.
Sorry.
I said,
I meant
yeah, you can. It'll last for what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Spiritual weapon?
Yeah.
Spiritual weapon is a minute, right?
It's
I'm on
it's a minute,
Japanese.
yeah.
Oops, I'm on Japanese.
Wait, what?
My keyboard was on Japanese.
Why?
Because he knows Japanese. Let's see here.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, you can cast it if you'd like. You still have to be able to see and tell it what to do for it to attack anything. It's not a thing you give one command to.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So are you just wanting it to follow you just to be safe, or what are you doing with it? What's your plan with
What's-
casting
yeah.
spiritual?
Well, what
weapons?
I was gonna do is I was gonna have it, like, be in the back line so I can still heal and then just be like, attack that one. And then go from there.
Yeah. If you want it just kind of hanging around you in
What
case
is
something comes
so
by.
what is the duration?
1 minute.
It's
1 minute.
1 minute.
I would save it honestly.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna
I would
say.
save it.
Alright.
I can say you're holding your bonus action. If like an
Okay.
enemy comes up, you can cast it real quick and hit them.
Alright.
But I would say
I'm
just
not
save that as a
rolling.
held action.
I'll do that then.
Okay.
But I'm just
Yeah,
running
run
with the others.
towards
I'm
Eddie,
probably in the back with Molly trying to help heal as much as I can before.
Okay. So
I
you're
get
running.
involved.
You're running to the medic tent, and you'll end up seeing Molly.
Yeah.
She's kind of putting people either on her back or dragging them, depending on their size. So the two of you run to John,
Yes.
and you're running towards Molly, which
Yep.
means you'll also run into Eddie.
Yeah.
And you are trying to go where?
I'm following Linus, just a bit back.
You wouldn't see him just yet, as he's
well,
coming back.
Well, all I know is that he's moving to the the last thing I see of him is he's moving to a direction that I can see at least.
Essentially, when he comes, like, it's weird because you're both stealthing and you both roll higher than each other's passive perceptions. So it's a thing of you're mind linked with him. So if you
That's
want
how
to just say,
you're
"Hey, meet
tracking
me
him?
over here,"
Yeah, just
then you can see each other.
okay. So I'll go ahead and say, Linus, where are you going? I'll be right behind you.
I'm going over to kind of like in between where the Minotaur is and where Eddie is, like that middle position.
To the midline.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Where
find you
essentially the wounded are immediately kind of tossed to, so the back line can pull them.
Yeah.
Okay. So while you two are meeting up, going ahead to meet up there, the three of you meet up with your respectives. As Victorian and Rolt, you run John first, as he's kind of in that
Yep.
mid area, running in between the armory of the temple and to whoever's out in front.
John, what happened? What's going on?
Apparently, there was. It was basically instantaneous. The people started to get angry outside. There's sounds of fighting going on. So the temple guards that were outside tried to intervene, and it turned out that there was some form of unease or something. I think we have a civil war on our hands.
Oh, lovely.
John, we need to get out of here, and we need to get out of here now.
But
You need to go find your sister, and we all need to leave.
This is not our fights, John. We have bigger problems we have to attend to. Yes, I know you want to stay here. I know, but we can't. We have to leave.
but the
It is
You just-
not our fight.
and what if they lose?
It is not our fight.
Where's the glory in letting people die, Roll?
The glory is in saving the world, but I can't do that when we're both dead.
John, far more people are going to die if we don't stop the incoming of Hadar. One city's squabbles is not worth the world. I'm sorry.
So we're supposed to let a town be sacrificed?
Perception check. How bad is this fight going? Like, is it a stalemate or is it like?
Oh, you don't even have to do a perception check. Like, this is a full-on, like, essentially, you know how there's the whole shot heard around the world?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
no.
well within American Civil War territory.
Oh shit.
It's
But-
old, it's old density.
To what?
Or
It's all
revolutionary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, I know.
Like, if you want to do a perception check to see any, like, see if you can spot anything past just your passive.
I'm just saying, like, does it look like the like Gaia's not going to stand a chance, or is it a like full like no, they might actually win this?
It's, at what you can see right now, the line's holding, but you can also see quite a lot of losses from the Temple of Gaia, as well as a lot of dead civilians. So your battle history would tell you that there is a chance that they may not make it, as it would take forever for them to get reinforcements from another temple almost half an island away.
Victorin, you're right, but we could help. John is also right. We could be here for the tipping point. We could push them back, give them breathing room.
A lot of these clerics and paladins are a lot stronger than us, Rote. I fear that we'd be in the way.
Group vote. Do we stay and here help? Or do we get John, Molly, and Eddie and we get out of here? I vote that we stay and help.
I vote against.
Okay. So, as before the link comes up, eventually you do reach to the tent. For a split second, just because of the situation, you just see someone heavily armored running up to a tent. You immediately, you see this immediate gaze of Eddie's, and I'm going to need you to make me a wisdom save. As you can see, his eyes have gone a piercing blue.
Hold up. I have advantage on wisdom. I do believe.
It'll be on that first page.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be under your stats.
Yeah, like right under saving throws.
Okay.
So you do have advantage?
Yeah, do!
Nice.
Please, Eddie, please do not murder me.
Ooh, that's good!
That's good.
That's good! That's good.
Okay,
What's the
That is a 20. So when do I have a 20 in wisdom?
That's a 20.
That's a 23.
23? Okay.
No, that's a lot higher. That's a 26. Wisdom save.
Yeah, wisdom
So
save.
26 then.
26,
What?
yeah.
Since when do I have a 20 in wisdom?
So,
You've had a 20 in wisdom!
I didn't. Guess
what was
now
the
it's
other
not.
roll? Just
It was a 5.
It was a 5.
a 5 for a total of
13.
Yes.
13. Okay. So just for the flavor of it, since you had advantage on it, going with the lower one first, as soon as Eddie turns to look at you, you hear this just animalistic as he turns to meet your gaze, you normally see him in a relaxed state, but he looks almost twice as big as he normally is, as every muscle in his body's been having to be put through work since y'all have left. You feel this almost immense cold start to take over your body as you push through it and shake it off, as you feel like your body's muscles themselves are starting to be frozen. Essentially, Yetis have an ability to basically freeze you in fear. But you're able to shake it off, realize, this is your friend. He's not. He's probably just going off instinct at this moment. In which case, Eddie then kind of snaps out of it, noticing you, and goes, Don't run up on a Yetkin during a battle.
Okay.
Okay.
He's not necessarily relaxing his muscles, but he's at least not in an immediate
He's not trying to kill
jump
me.
state.
He's not trying to kill me right now.
Listen, I can't let my attention go.
Go,
Molly's
go.
in the tent.
Go. I'll help Molly.
So, he's standing as a sentinel in front of this wounded tent.
Okay.
And this is a rushed tarp over maybe 6 different sticks. Kind of emergency healing area.
Alright.
As you see Molly in the back helping to apply bandages. She's kind of acting as the gopher for a lot of the more experienced clerics who are either healing people with spells or out of spell slots and just using medical knowledge. She has not noticed you yet. Best way I can say this is it is a field emergency hospital.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's kind of her mentality. She is sweating, but she is pushing through it. You can see that she has bruises on her body from just the overworking of muscle. You can tell that she looks exhausted.
I'm having PTSD right now. Not gonna lie.
But she
First shift.
just doesn't. She's focused on what she's doing, so it's kind of a tunnel vision thing. You can tell she didn't, even for as loud as you are, she hasn't noticed you come in. Since you're a walking and able body, it almost seems like she doesn't notice you.
Okay. But I'm still gonna go around helping where I can.
Okay, roll me a medicine check.
This is why you invest in healers, kid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to make those.
I have a +8 on that.
Never mind, you can do it.
That's a 19.
19? Oh, yeah. So you're able to definitely help close wounds, keep people from bleeding out. You can, if you want to add spell slots, each spell slot that you can sacrifice will give you an additional plus to it. So if you sacrifice one of your third spell slots, it'll be a +3 to the total, so on and so forth. So just to kind of help aid with anything that's more serious than a 19 could handle.
Yep.
So are you going to burn a spell slot? If you burn a level 1, it's a +1, so it'd get you to a dirty 20, so on and so forth.
I think that's
I'll do a level 2 spell slot.
Level 2, so
21.
Okay. Perfect. So, as you immediately stop and start helping, there are a few Gaia clerics as well as their assistants that just kind of stop and look at you for a moment as, again, you come running in heavily armored that isn't Gaia apparel or just something a normal citizen would wear. But you do get a couple quick weird looks at you as the holy sigils and stuff that would have been on you for the boatman have altered because of the changing to show a phoenix or at least a feather. And a few of them recognize the symbol, but they don't ask any questions as they see you go around and immediately start wrapping people up.
Okay.
Okay, so you two now would meet. Sorry, quick succession.
No, you're good.
3 groups of people.
No, you're good. You're good.
You're good. We split the party. It's fine.
Yeah.
We never should do, but we did anyway. It's
Still
fine
fine,
too.
Yeah.
So y'all meet up in the middle area of the battlefield.
Is the Minotaur from Gaia is he on the front lines?
He is.
Okay.
And it looks like he's there's a few room knights. He seems to be the only Minotaur rune knight that's in the front line. But he's taking massive swath swings. Like is taking out as many as he can in a single hit.
I'd like to make a perception check to see like how are these just like all cops, or is it like cops with a mixture of civilians?
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Would it be investigation if I want to look at the crowd of cops to see who's the most important looking one?
Yes.
I like where this is going.
Louis like, Morgan.
I'm an assassin. What do you expect me to do?
It's like,
I'm gonna stab the next guy. No.
Louis like, I'm pretty cat.
What'd you get? 23?
That is.
It doesn't seem to be civilians in the same sense of what's around you. But you can see that some of them have the police symbol on there, essentially riot gear, which is just heavy armor. But there's also ones that seem to show symbols that, while not police force, you've kind of seen from time to time in the town, more than likely the house symbols.
I really
15.
15?
It looks.
You can't really make out anyone who looks important kind of in the fray of battle. It's kind of hard to tell with everyone moving, constantly shifting. For the most part, they all look
The same.
You can tell that what looks like to be a forward operating area that is a fairly medium-sized military-style tent. But past that, that's all you really see.
Okay. So I don't expend a psionic die, thank God.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna relay it back. Just like what I see. He's just like there's a lot of cops. Some of them in. You know,
So this is kind of where it'll break off, and that's when their link will hit.
okay.
Which you can use this to then explain your choice to vote one way or another. So with that, as you feel like as you're about to link, send a message to everybody through the mental link, you hear these two come up with the vote to stay and help or get out and move on.
I vote against.
I'm voting for. We need to help these people.
I'm against it.
Evangeline?
So you're against staying?
Against it. Yeah, I'm against it.
I'd like to help and see what we can do.
tighter now with Linus.
Linus, stay silent. He's just gonna take and try and move. Like he's gonna take a start, like asking, like where Violin is.
Give me, while this debate's going on, give me a perception check. As
Okay.
y'all have kind of said that during this link, if you're having a major conversation, you kind of become a little bit dead to the world.
19.
19. You can, as John's kind of used to y'all going into this state as you're having a serious conversation, you can feel him trying to, like, it starts off as like a tap that you can barely feel, but then you can definitely tell by like what's probably the side of John's fist trying to get you to snap out of the conversation to listen. I've been trying to tell you this, but you decided to go straight into a conversation. I do apologize. I know that everything's going sideways.
Speak.
If it wasn't for one of the members of Gaia, Molly would be dead. They had to resurrect her.
Y'all can leave if you want. I'm staying. These motherfuckers tried to kill Molly. Well, they actually did. She got resurrected, and she's still fighting. I'm going in, and I'm pulling out that tower shield, and I'm grabbing my warhammer, and I'm starting to make my way towards one of the flanks or one of the lines, wherever I can see that I need to be.
I rolled, there's a 10% chance. I'm going to tell you how I came up with this. Because combat is chaotic and war is chaos. I had a 10% chance that John, Molly, or Eddie could be killed in this, since they are kind of sideswiped. There's a lot of dead soldiers. And then I left it to a D4. I ended up rolling a 9 on
Jeez.
the D100. I rolled a D4, the 4 being a reroll. John's 1, Eddie 2, Molly 3, and I rolled a 3.
Jeez.
But I rolled a perception check to see if one of the temple clerics would find her. They did after 1d4 minutes,
Jeez.
and it was a 4. So they had to resurrect her. So they had to burn a high-level spell slot to resurrect her after seeing John and Eddie crying.
This is all the more reason to leave. They just killed Molly. We can't.
We need to leave. I agree.
Are you saying this out loud, or?
Mental.
We need
Okay.
to leave. If what happens if we find her, if we find any of them dead again, and we're not there to see it because we're in the middle of a fight.
Roach, you know we need to leave.
They killed Molly once. We don't need that to happen again.
Damn it. And I'm gonna go and holster the weapons, turn around, and I know he's not gonna like it, but I am picking John up and throwing him over my shoulder, whatever method I can. Like if I have to throw both of his legs over like this,
He's going to resist.
that is fine. But I'm picking it up and I'm running back towards the back lines where I know Molly is.
Right, so that'll be a, first you'll have to see if you hit his AC.
Okay. So what kind of attack is that? Just a plain...
It's gonna be
Strength
a
plus
just
proficiency?
strength. If you had Tavern Brawler
Okay.
or unarmed
So just
combat.
strength?
Yep.
Okay.
Or Grappler would also help.
Nope, that's a 7.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit his AC of 10. As he, like, you go to grab at him after he sees, basically he can tell you're about to do something after you sheathe your weapon. He's gonna step back and he's gonna look at you with tears in his eyes as he grabs a nearby helmet. It's fine. And he puts on the helmet and goes, I guess I'll see you later, Earl.
No, you're
As he
not.
grabs the spear and just runs. He bolts.
Shit.
He grabs a breastplate on his way and just kind of using, because he has 4 legs so he doesn't have to worry about stumbling. He puts the spear down, like puts the spear in his belt and starts putting on the breastplate.
Victoria, do something. Stop him.
I'm casting suggestion.
Okay.
John, come back. We need to leave.
And what's the DC?
16 wisdom.
That is going to be a 17 total. It is a +2 and I rolled a 15.
And I'm chasing after him because I'm not letting him go
Where
alone.
is he heading to the midline or me and
No, he was at the midline. He's headed to the front line.
Yeah.
so me and Linus just see him go
Mm-hmm.
I follow.
So
I'm obviously following because I'm
he's
not letting him go in there
bolting.
alone.
He has a 40-foot move speed.
So do I.
Perfect. So he did have a start on you, so there's about a 5-foot gap.
That's fine.
So he is making it up to the front line and is just starting to essentially help with what they formed as a shield wall. With his naturally slightly higher standing height, he's using it as a way to try and pierce through, essentially over the shield wall, to try and help.
We need to get Eddie and Molly out.
I'm going to Eddie now.
I'm running there with my shield, and I'm going to go with
Yeah.
the shield.
Am I
in front,
still
so
going
let's
to
stab
mine?
Taking
over
and
it.
coming down a Yetkin in the
Okay.
middle of a battle rage.
I'm going to
That
try.
is a dirty 20 for his spear attack.
Are
So he's actually
Are we
you
still
can
mine
you see
Yes,
him like
we're all mine linked.
as
Okay.
you
We're all
like
mine
slide in front of him to put
because
a
I
shield
never
down.
reminded
You see him
anybody.
slam that spear down, just
Remind
piercing
me with me on
through
road.
essentially the breastplate of one of the cops.
You've been in
I
range.
shed
of it.
a tear because I knew that his innocence was just lost in battle. That was his first
That
life.
is a total of 6 damage, and that cop's still standing, but it is
Yeah.
kind of a grievous wound.
That's the first time he's done that, so I'm shedding a tear for his innocence right now. This is not glorious. This is not glorious.
What's the plan then? I'm gonna take out the daggers. What's the plan?
I'm going to Eddie and I'm going to try and find Molly and I'm going to try
I
and
have
convince him to
eyes.
leave.
I have
Somebody
eyes.
get to John and try to talk some sense into him.
Linus, you're silent. We need you to not be.
No response? No response.
He just saw a young boy who he has a connection with run into battle, and the only thing that he considers family taking and ripping police members apart, and he just heard that a young girl that he has known for a little over a month died at the hands of these fuckers. He's going for blood.
That's a worst time to come in.
I'm waiting for. I already see him. I'm looking at Linus right now. It's like, you need to do something. I'm here to follow your lead.
We go. Do what you do best. Hit the hot targets. And I'm gonna run in.
Okay. As you go running in, you can you hear it, but you and John see it as the currently large Minotaur gets slammed with what looks to be a fairly large spear, which looks like it was shot by a siege weapon. As it slams straight into his chest, you just hear one more as he starts to lose the rune coloring as it goes dim, as he goes back to his large size and just slams into the earth. John, kind of snapping out of it as he just kind of fell about 5 feet from you, looks to you, having dealt with this for the last few hours while y'all were gone, and goes, "Give me a hand roll. We need to get him back."
Okay.
And as John rushes over to the other side of his arm, he looks to you to see if you're ready to pull.
I am.
Go ahead and give me a strength check.
I'm gonna be a bitch.
I'm gonna take him and do my best to take a cover.
That'll work. That's a dirty 20.
Okay, yeah. With the two of you, you're able to easily pull him. As he leaves that shield wall area, you notice, and at this point, there's about 20 people who fill the line where he was standing because they were giving him a berth with that huge axe swinging around.
Yep.
Of the 20 people who fill the line, about 15 of them are civilians put in ragged armor, just basically with different shields of either extras that the temple had or just ones that were fashioned from everything they could find. And they are doing everything in their ability to hold that as y'all pull him back.
All right.
And John's gonna start like hollering at you, telling you where the medic tent's at and that he needs to be brought there.
I'm following his direction to get him there.
Okay. It takes maybe, because with y'all hauling him there, it's roughly just about 50 seconds if you're running with him.
Okay.
Again, it's not that long of a safe line.
Okay.
This is as John's telling you as he's running, like it was that attack.
Yeah.
Like it's almost as if the it's almost as if the city police were ready for it before it started.
Jeez.
So, as they get back, you can see John and Rolt dragging the Minotaur that you've been working with.
What is it?
Help him!
Is he
And
dead?
as you run out, yeah, he is dead.
Revivify.
Slap.
Are you going out there just like baseball slide?
Yeah, do it!
Fucking do it!
Comes out with a slam dunk and revivify.
Okay. So, as you come out and cast Revivify, you can feel this almost immense heat as the newfound ability of being a cleric of the Phoenix kicks in. And for a split second, as you're casting the spell, it's almost as if a visage of the Phoenix itself is behind you. As life is almost breathed into this dead body, like that of embers being blown back into a flame. As he and like he just starts coughing up what looks to be like blood and everything else that would just had already started to fill his lungs to begin with. But after dying, he could no longer cough it up in the middle of battle. So it's just essentially one giant cough vomit of bile and fluids that had been filling his lungs. And all of his grievous wounds start to heal up, and even his hand that had been cut off, the nub has gone to being stabilized. And even as you're trying to cast a healing spell on him, you can see him trying to stand back up and getting to his knees. Need to get back. And he's like looking around, and there's not really any weapons around, but there's like a fallen pillar that he just grabs under his arm as he stands back up and starts dragging towards the front line.
He's at 1 HP, dudes.
Is anyone gonna say anything to him as this?
Yeah, because I was gonna do cure wounds on him.
Stand still for 1 minute, damn you. We're gonna get you.
Are you and John gonna help kind of hold him still?
Try
Because he's not that. There's like shell shock in his eyes. Like he was just revived, but there's that mental state of just keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
Stand still for like 6 seconds. We'll get you back into battle in just a moment.
Go ahead and roll with advantage as John's helping you, because he is not stopping. Like he's getting
Strength
up there. His strength.
Let's
That'll
go.
work. 17 and a 16, so that's a dirty 20. That's a 21 and a 20.
21, yeah. So with disadvantage on his end, looking good. Oh yeah, looking even better. That's a total of a dirty 10 with a 3 on dice.
10.
Let's go.
And so yeah, y'all are able to hold him still. He doesn't seem to be paying any attention to y'all right now. But at the same time, he can't push the two of you back. As John's like dug in his hooves, and I'm sure you battened down your boots into the ground.
Alright, I'm gonna do.
If you're gonna do it, now's the time, Evangeline!
Hurry!
I'm gonna do 4th level cure wounds. And that's 10,
that's good.
18, 20, 25?
25,
20
okay.
goes back to 25
2
goes back to
8s,
him.
2 8s, 2 2s.
Nice. So 25. Okay.
Does the door have any power?
You and John are gonna notice that the shell shock glaze on his eyes starts to fade away as he, and the pillar's just gonna drop from his arm as he can finally think clearly.
Cousin, look at me. Look at me, cousin. Hey, right here, right here, right here. What caused this? Why are they attacking?
Violin. She went to talk with them last night.
Them who?
The families. I went with her. One moment. And he's gonna like thud back onto the ground.
I'm gonna pull out my water flask that I got on my bag and be like, drink.
He's gonna grab it. He's gonna start, but like the smaller opening is kind of not allowing water to flow as well.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see him literally just with the side of his mouth bite off the top of it, and just let the rest just fall straight into his mouth.
Yep.
She was trying. She was trying to negotiate a better situation for the people of the city. His tensions have been not the best. the matters that she's had to been attending to by herself for so long is the unrest that the civilians have been coming to us about. Violen could read the writing on the wall. Civil War. So she was wanting to save that during the time that the island itself wasn't doing the best. So she and I, as her protector, went to the families. They were doing something. There's normally what they call a peace pond in the middle of the building, but it was black as ink. We saw the fourth family hung on the walls, barely breathing, almost as if they were being kept alive for something. I tried to stop them so Violen could get away, but she wouldn't. We were both captured. We were tortured through the night. They cut off my hand as I tried to escape as I broke it free of one of the shackles. There's something going on in there. I was barely able to escape thanks to Violen. And when I finally got back here, I had to break through a line of 100 men. And by the time I met back up with my temple, we'd already lost a quarter of our number. And many more civilians. We need you to stop whatever's going on in there.
Oh, I know exactly what's going on. They're bringing Hader here. They're doing another summoning at the house, at the family's court. We need to
What
get there
the
now.
fuck?
Yes, we need to get there now. Pull
I
back.
bolted. Like I bolt to wherever they are. Where are you at?
Back line. Right next to the temple.
I take and I yell at Eddie, and like try to get his attention. Not like getting close to him.
I mean, Eddie's kind of noticed that y'all are around. He easily saw Rolt. He can see Victorin. He saw Evangeline.
You almost killed Evangeline.
Well, he almost attacked you. He wouldn't have been able to directly rip you apart.
Okay. Well, that's comforting.
Like a pickle jar.
I yell at it. I yell to Eddie. Eddie, the families are trying to take and do the same thing they did in Dragul here. Try and keep them off of us.
Great. All right.
But Eddie, keep John and Molly safe. And I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna I'm gonna run to y'all. And yeah, it's like all right.
Well, you don't have to run to us because they're all with us.
You're all
I mean, you're the furthest away.
Yeah.
Y'all two
I'm
are.
run
Eddie's
to
gonna
y'all.
look at you and look at John and go, you know, I may just be a friend here, but I'm pretty sure Rolt and I would agree that if I'm gonna be moving off, Molly's gonna need someone to watch over her.
Yep.
Right, Rolt?
John, I'm gonna look at you in the eye and says, you want glory? This is how you do it. We are going to go and stop this from the backside. You stay here, you protect your sister, and I point at those that are wounded and says, you protect the innocent. That is the greatest glory that is found. I see now that you are not a boy. And I go and I say, kneel. And I'm gonna have him kneel right in front of me. I'm gonna draw my sword.
Does a weird horse kneel?
Yeah.
His front body, like his back legs lay down. His front right leg kind of kneels onto a knee, or to an ankle technically, because of how a horse leg works.
Yeah.
And one of it's still kind of standing up in a bent position. I'm trying to my best to explain what a horse kneeling kind of looks like.
Kind of like Spirit in that old movie, where they just like bow and all that stuff.
And I'm gonna go and I'm gonna pull out my sword, and I'm gonna stick it on his shoulder. It says, by the power vested in me, as the Knight of Tauros. Under that, what the fuck was his name? Hang on. I'm looking for the head honcho.
That's an interesting name. I
Yes.
don't think that was in your background.
What the fuck is his name?
I'm trying to find his
Trying
name.
to have a really cool moment. What the fuck is this?
Here we go. There we go. I wrote the Mule Slayer under the tutorage of Thorgrim the Blue. You, John, son of Jack Grinhill, rise, a squire of the Order of Tauros. And I'm going to look at him and I'm going to go, fight, defend, protect. Let's go.
And with that, he lets out kind of like a snort, like a horse essentially, but one that's like standing firm, like I don't know if you've ever heard a stubborn horse before.
Yes.
But
Yes.
That's the noise he lets out as he lets out a breath, and he nods his head, and he stands almost like a statue in front of the medic's tent.
Yeah. Alright,
Let's go. Yep.
let's go kill some pricks. Take it.
I'm still in the midline just going, oh dear. This is just like, oh man.
Still want to go with Torrance?
Victorian's shook right now.
No, that's
Hey,
fine.
Victoria. Step 7.
There we go!
You snapped me out, and I'm sitting here like, I'm about to fucking cry.
So did I make you laugh, or did I make you go,
Yes.
son of a bitch, he's right?
No, you made me laugh. I
As
needed.
you two, since you're the ones who are wanting to leave, your mindset's going to be a little bit different. I want both of you to make me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Not you. Oh, Strella, the ones who are wanting to leave.
Okay.
Strella and Victoria.
Just a check.
Yes.
That is a 14.
Ow. That's a 4.
4. So, you're just kind of, you're still shook, as you're saying with Victorian. You remember for a moment, kind of taking in all this information that you've been given, that this is a civil war essentially under civil unrest.
This would be my
You
first time.
remember that there's a large group of people outside of the city walls who have been forced to stay out there due to the major families' rules and laws. If someone were to let them in, that might provide reinforcements.
I'm about to do that. Hold on. I just need a
Gotta
guy.
cut my hands.
I need someone to just put flashlights in here and log
Only reason I had you do that is I'm not a whole, like, I'm again, I am your friend as the DM, but I'm gonna make you think. If there's something that I have told you in the past that can actually help you out, I will make you do essentially a meta roll, which will be your character's intelligence. If it's something that your character remembers but you can't, that's perfectly fine. But I'm not gonna tell you what the roll's for, it's just to try and help you jog your mind to something that may help you. The DC was 13.
Poggers.
Nice.
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 Go. I've got an idea, and I can tell you this: reinforcements are coming. Keep them busy. I'll get them safe. I'll get the Temple of Guys safe. Stop that. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Take care of yourself, Charlotte.
So, as the party begins to part ways, Evangeline, you're going with the party, correct?
Yes.
Okay. As the group of you are running up, the Minotaur as well as Eddie are kind of running ahead. And Eddie's going to look back as he's kind of already recognized the look that the Minotaur has given him from his soldier background. He's going to look at the group of you and go, all right, the bad part about being a big guy, and of course it's like while moving up.
Yeah.
Bad part about being a big guy is it's hard to get through. It's hard to get through a small area. But me and the big fella here, we're gonna make you a gap. You go. Do not look back. Do not care what makes a sound. We're gonna give you a gap. And with that, you can start to see both the Minotaur and Eddie, like, barrel down as they are starting to, like, they grab whatever they can as kind of a quick guard. And they, like, at one point, you even see Eddie, like, sadly it rips the arm off of a fallen Gaia soldier, but he grabs a shield off of him to use as kind of a quick barricade. As the Minotaur grabs essentially what would have been a support staff for a tent, not a tent, but an awning, and uses that as kind of like a quick battering ram as they both run forward. And just before they hit the line, you hear, you would understand this as it's in Minotaur, but they recognize the calling. It's kind of like how you encode military speech by throwing in different languages. They recognize it as they move to create a gap, but in Minotaur, it literally means clear the charge as he yells it out.
Aura of Alacrity?
Yep. I was gonna say we can all be running right now as well behind them, because then all of our walking speed is increasing by 10 feet.
Well, that's just the call for them to open a gap in the shield wall.
No, he wants to run with everyone in formation.
Yeah,
Okay.
they said they're going to make a hole.
Yeah.
That hole's not going to be open for very long.
No.
Go for it.
Yeah, so
We're
no.
running.
It's like we're running in formation, y'all. Everybody on point. So we're there. They're the tip of the spear, and everyone else that's within like 5 or 10 feet of us is going to go and is going to get 10 foot added to their walking speed.
Okay. So, with that, what's your base walking speed?
40? Question mark? Come on, open up.
Your base walking speed.
40.
Right there.
Yeah.
40? Okay, so yeah, then you'll be able to keep up. Okay, I was gonna say, if there's someone who's gonna slow you down, you can always just kind of pick them up with
Yep.
your strength.
Nope, I think everyone's good.
Okay, so as he yells this, and just before they hit the line,
I'm gonna take as we're charging, I'm gonna take and ask the Minotaur. I know that this is very, very quick, but I was like, which house?
he's just gonna look at the big political
monstrosity.
building. Yes.
Gotcha.
Got it.
As y'all are running, and just before they charge line, which I rolled a nat 20 for Eddie, and then 18 on dice for the Minotaur, both of which is going to put them well into high 20s to low 30s for their charge. As they're about to hit the line, it gets quiet for a moment as it's the first hit, essentially, in the middle of the major storm of combat, as it almost sounds peaceful, almost as if in this split second you can hear a pin drop. As each of you hear Eddie say something. But Linus, you're used to how he speaks. And you can recognize when he speaks softly. As there's plenty of times where he's had to speak softly to tell his brother to kind of up the price on something this person can pay more for it. You recognize the whisper as he is talking directly to you. And he says, if I don't make it, make sure my brother doesn't run the business into the ground. As the silence drops and the sound of body hitting steel and ground and earth can be heard like a bell ringing out. As Eddie and the Minotaur immediately split off, forming this small column of about maybe 10 feet of space for you to run through. As Eddie you can hear him grabbing people, slamming into people. You can hear the Minotaur slamming the column across people. You can hear what sounds to be echoes of anger and pain. But as Eddie has told you, don't look back, just keep moving. Don't look back, just keep moving. As this gives you just enough time to break through their lines, forcing them to have to come back for it to close. But you are able to make it through and get past the front lines of the major conflict. As you come forward, you pass that forward tent that Strella had seen prior. This is roughly about 4 blocks back. As you do, you pass it, and it's almost as if at the split second you're passing it, you go to look, you lock eyes with a familiar sight, but not a friendly one. As you notice the same monstrosities that you've been fighting against with the Temple of Plutus almost look leashed up and have a handler standing behind them, with a very well-decorated soldier. And when we come back to this next time, we'll be rolling into initiative.
You said it was off to the side, or was it directly in front of us?
To the side. He was behind the tent.
I was waiting for the hit. I was gonna ask, can I have advantage on stealth rolls because everyone's looking at it? Just, I'm gonna be like,
So, as we are going, me see here. We have a few more moments. So, before we put up for total, I would like to go ahead and run your checks real quick.
Okay.
So, go ahead and roll stealth. You won't get advantage on this because you're already in friendly territory,
Okay.
but you are making your way towards the major gate.
Let's see if I can pass it.
Oh, yeah, I would say so.
That
Yeah.
is 19, 29, 30, 31, 32.
Oh yeah, you feel hidden. Even Herb feels hidden.
Mother, where am I?
Mother, where are we?
Oh, I feel like I've lost the gaze of the gods.
Good. Okay.
As you make your way, you can easily tell like there are fights going on, like skirmishes,
Okay.
between what looks to be small detachments of Temple of Gaia clerics and paladins, like the very few that they can spare on the back line, helping essentially citizens who are trying to uprise in different areas. Like, this conflict is definitely spreading further and further around this main area, even for as far away as you get. It looks like there's small skirmishes popping up everywhere. As you do make your way, no one sees you. Not a single person ever like locks eyes with you or even quickly glances in your direction. You are hidden like snow on freshly fallen snow.
Do it!
As you come up to the main gate, you notice that it looks to be about 5 archers standing on top, and then what looks to be 2 gate guards kind of holding the line with a small detachment of police officers just kind of keeping a perimeter.
Okay. So is there any stairs coming up towards the up?
There is. You can tell that the gatehouse is where you get access to the stairs. But after you get through the gatehouse, you can see the stairs leading up.
Can I try and go through there?
Go ahead.
Okay.
You notice, again, you haven't done anything to take yourself out of stealth. You notice that the doors are locked as you give them just kind of a quick turn, not enough to warrant a sound that wouldn't be misconstrued for something happening in the fights happening around this gate. As you can tell, there was a couple Temple of Gaia personnel that kind of thought of the same idea, but they're having a hard time getting past these guys. Plate mail and chain mail don't exactly lend to a quiet movement.
So there's bodies of it? Of them?
There aren't, so this is kind of a more recent skirmish area. So there doesn't seem to be any dead bodies yet.
And they're still fighting, or?
They're still fighting. They're
So-
a good bit off, but the detachment of the police officers standing around just are standing there looking ready. They're not necessarily charging or doing anything. You get the idea that they were told to stand here and guard this specific spot, not to run off and do anything else.
Can I see anyone beyond the gate?
No. This is a solid gate.
Okay. Need to find a way to climb up. So, how big is the gate? Like, so there's a gatehouse there, and it's locked.
Yes.
Is there anyone guarding it?
The gate itself?
Yeah, to go
It's
up
in,
the.
to go up the stairs?
Yeah.
You do notice that there is a guard in each guardhouse on the left and right side. Give me a perception check while you're trying to look through.
That is. I'm gonna have to expend one, see if I succeed.
That wasn't 9.
No, that was a 9? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I was like, am I going crazy? So
No.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 plus 9.
16
25.
plus 9?
Yeah.
25.
25.
So you do notice that what looks to be one guard in each tower. But you also notice that there is a lever in each tower. More than likely the mechanism to unlock the gate itself.
And it's right next to the guards. Okay, time to do what I do best.
Do your thing, Louie.
I'm gonna head
Do
over
the thing.
to the, I think, the right one. I'm gonna go to the right one first.
Okay.
I'm
The
assuming
door
I'm-
is still locked for the guardhouse.
But is the guard inside the house, or?
Yes.
Okay. Well, expertise in thieves tools, I guess. Actually, is there any windows on it?
Yes.
Any open?
They looks to be both closed at the moment. With conflict nearby, they don't want something flying through.
Okay, Thieves still. See if I can do it stealthily, hopefully.
Okay.
I have 4 psionic energy dice, so.
Alright.
So I'll go ahead and get to the door. I'll take out my tools. See
Okay.
if I can do it silently. I have expertise
Should be your dex plus your proficiency.
on Thieves tools, yeah.
Yes.
So, you'll do sleight of hand,
Outside of hand? Okay.
which that's what lockpicking is, a sleight of hand, and you'll just add expertise. So,
Okay.
dex plus expertise.
So I would have plus 11.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do it.
Oh, okay. 11, that's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
19? Yeah, you're able to get it unlocked.
And
It doesn't seem, as far as getting it unlocked, doesn't seem to have made the guard aware.
is it go?
It's a doorknob once you unlock it.
Is it this way or this way?
It's an outward.
So slowly.
Okay, go ahead and with advantage because you're already stealth,
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and give me another sleight of hand.
Plus 11,
21.
21.
21. Yeah, the guard doesn't hear the door open.
Nail.
Alright, roll to attack.
Advantage because I'm hidden. Ah!
Yeah. Go for
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Oh! Natural 20. Alright.
What's your assassinate ability? Because you're assassin, right?
No, I'm not. I'm an
You're
assassin.
psionic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
But, so, yeah, so nat 20 for a total of
That's a 34.
30. Yeah, you hit that guy. You hit that AC 13 guy wearing light leather armor.
Yeah,
He
that's
did.
He did. That's a
He did.
So that's going to be your
He
sneak attack
did.
and normal damage and double the total.
5, 10, and then
How many d6 do you need?
4.
4. Y'all want to hand them a d6 each?
Yep. Powers combined.
Would you like to?
Powers combined.
There's
That
a whole
guy is.
jar right there. Sorry.
So that first hit is a 9 without sneak attack.
You said a D6? There you go.
Your D6.
There you go. I got another one.
Alright, that's it.
Aw.
I know.
Sorry, Ashley.
Here, hold on. Put your dice back and let Ashley hand you one.
Okay.
What?
Okay. Okay. There you go.
The power of friendship, man.
So
And this knife in your back.
4, 1, 1, 6.
So
Ah, mine
12.
was nice.
Yep.
12.
12 plus 9, 21.
So all that doubled.
Double.
Okay, so that was the 40
42.
total.
Yeah.
So 42 piercing damage.
Nice.
Psychic
Ain't
damage.
that-
Psychic, 42 psychic damage.
I just go right to the side of the
Yeah,
head.
you come up right behind him and just, without even a sound, because it's a psionic blade, his body just goes limp in his chair.
Damn.
Then do I see the lever?
Yep.
Ha! Is it loud? Do I go?
It does make a pretty loud click whenever you do the first notch.
There we go.
You're pulling it?
I'll go.
Wait. Just player to player, not in character, obviously. Before you does that second click, before
Yeah.
you start your rolling and everything, hang on.
It's on that first click, but
Yeah.
okay.
Should you go and wait and take out the other guard? That way you can get both of them without drawing the other guy's attention.
I would have to run from one guardhouse to the other.
I mean, well, you still have advantage on stealth and everything.
You haven't been seen by anybody.
Yep.
Fair,
Well,
yeah.
ooh, you attacked. That would take you out of stealth.
Yes, but okay, yeah. Oh, but he's
He's dead.
He's dead.
But you still have to come out of stealth to do it.
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage to go back into stealth.
all right. Let's see. 2 dice. 2 dice. That's a 23. Yeah.
23. You still feel pretty hidden.
Yeah.
Which is lucky, as you kill the guy and you go back into stealth to pull the lever.
Mm-hmm.
You do see one of the police officers turn around to take a look, and you can see he kind of looks confused, like there's no blood because it's psionic energy, so good job on that.
Yeah.
He just looks at the guy, and you can tell that he looks annoyed and just kind of shrugs and goes back to his forward facing.
Must go take a piss.
No, like,
He's just sitting there.
he looks like he's asleep.
Oh,
He's
okay.
slumped.
Okay. So I'll go ahead and open the door.
Like, Strella could tell it was a sign of, like, annoyance, like maybe this guy falls asleep on the job a lot.
I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna
Fell asleep on the double.
Falls asleep on the job a lot.
close the door.
Ain't that dope?
Alright.
I'm gonna head around and try to go through the other guardhouse.
Okay. Go ahead. It is locked as well.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
since they do share a similar lock, which you'll notice as you're trying to put your toe in, I'll give you advantage on this one.
Okay. Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
That is a 24.
24? All right, yeah. It's unlocked.
See the other guy.
All right, well, slide a hand on the door. Again, I'll give you advantage as you go to open it.
What the fuck?
24.
24? Yeah.
There's
It
other numbers.
doesn't look like the guy notices.
And I attack.
Okay.
I swear.
Roll the hit.
Okay.
7. No, wait, that's a 19.
19? Yeah, that'll hit. Roll that damage.
Do it. Do it.
Do
Do it.
I actually
do
need one
it.
more dice. One more d6.
One more
Oh,
d6.
here. There's the
Oh,
one I took.
there
back.
you go. Give Lid Zane.
Let's Zane give it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That way it's
Zane,
everybody
good
at
one.
the table.
Yeah.
There it
is.
There it is.
There it is. There it is.
This one.
This one?
The bone dice, those are his good d6.
Oops. Not bad.
4, 5.
One likes to roll 6. I might as well give you a bad one.
Jesus. So 9, 12, 16, 20.
20 plus 4 is 24.
24? Okay. So, as you hit him, you can tell it doesn't outright kill him like the last one. Though, you did do more than half his HP in damage,
Just fucking die.
which
Just
makes a
fucking
con save. With a total of a 5, that is not going to save him as his body goes into shock and shuts down.
So I just stab him again.
However,
Bonus action.
are you going to do something as you can tell him going into the throes of death? Or are you going to stop him from about to give out this death shriek?
Yes. I would
Yes.
very much like to do so.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand as you're essentially trying to cup his mouth.
Do I see it or do I need advantage or not?
It will not be with advantage as you're having to do this rushed.
Come on. Is it sleight of hand? Ooh, that's
Ooh.
it's sleight of hand plus.
Remember, if anyone has an inspiration point, you can always give it to him before
Hang on.
I know the
What is your
total.
sleight of hand?
Or
It's
before
plus
I
11
tell
before
the result.
So that
It's
is.
7
So
before
that's 16 before.
after is plus 11.
Well, I'm saying it's 16 total before we do inspiration.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have inspiration.
I got 2. So yeah, go ahead and use one of mine.
Okay.
So re-roll it and go take the
I
highest.
think I only got one.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's
yes.
better.
That's a lot better.
That's
Total of?
15,
I'm thinking
11,
the city
25,
can depend on
26, 27.
Yeah. You cup his mouth in time. Like, you may have to rip off a bit of your own cloth, as it's just a split-second reaction to try and keep his voice shut from getting too loud. You rip off part of your own cloth and just kind of shove it into his mouth and force him to go over. But it does keep him from being hurt.
Okay. Right.
Stab him again, stab him again, stab him again.
Oh, you can tell he's dead.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
his body has gone to death by shock.
I want to look around. Do I see any of the Temple of Gaia people still looking around?
Temple of Gaia?
Yeah. The
The
people.
skirmishes are still going, yeah.
Do I see anyone within the other? Like who's near the guardhouse? Because I'm pretty sure.
Oh, they're all about a block away from the guardhouse. They're being held back.
Maybe it doesn't have to be done at the same time. Maybe it just has to be both of them have to be pulled. Just not at the same time. Just click.
How far are each of the guardhouses?
They're about 50 feet apart from each other.
I move.
You can do it.
I
Do it.
move.
Do it. Do it.
Right. So I'm gonna open the door.
We're gonna pull. Oh, you're gonna open the door first.
Yeah. I'm gonna look around. Turn it all the way down and start booking it.
Do it. Do it, Sterling. Come on.
Welcome, Dad.
Welcome to death.
Okay, so as you pull the one lever, it just lets out this massive clicking noise. It's like when you're trying to be quiet in a house and you step on the one board that goes. You notice that one of the detachments of the police officers look back, and as you're taking a full sprint, you're visible.
Yep.
They immediately lock eyes with you, and give me a perception check.
Enjoy this, bitches!
That's an 18 plus 8.
You notice that the lever that you had pulled has already gone back up.
Fuck.
So, when we come back this next time, we'll be rolling into initiative for both Strella and the rest of the party.
Alright, here's yours. Was it this?
That's mine.
Yeah.
So, real quick, I'd like to give a big
Silver.
shout out to our associative partners once more at the Adventurers Guild of Amarillo. Make sure to give them a call if you don't like using the internet. They're always more than happy to do work over mail. You can always also check them out on their Facebook group and Facebook community pages, as well as eBay. Or if you find yourself in the Amarillo, Texas area, make sure to stop by and let them know that the Dire Rolls sent you. Make sure to check us out on all of our social medias: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all of the popular ones. Don't look for us on MySpace. It's dead.
MySpace back.
But once again, thank you for coming out and watching. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.